Are they going to, name a bin after you or something?
Maybe.
The Adam Rowe skip.
I don't want anything.
The Adam Rowe Recycling Centre.
I'm done.
Hello, do you work for television production company Avalon? If so, turn off now, because we're going to get sued again, baby! Woo! Taskbastard is back. The smash hit original format that is legally a parody of Taskmaster is back. We're doing Taskbastard 2. We weren't going to do it again, but we got sued and we found it funny. So we're back. Who have we got this time?
The live show is going to be in Manchester on the 23rd of January.
Yeah.
We're going to have Jack Devaney. We're going to have Hattie Preston. We're going to have Kat Baker.
Yeah.
It's going to be absolutely
loads
magnificent.
of unfuckable women.
Tickets are available as of the 15th of November.
Yeah.
9 a.m. on Patreon only.
Oh, my God.
So get your tickets, get nice and quick. We'd love to see you down there.
Yeah.
And
the live show last time was amazing. It was such a sick time, wasn't
we gave away a car.
Yeah, that's not happening again.
No.
I'm not giving away my car this time. I'm
No.
not doing anything to my car, I promise.
But
If you're a bike thief, you might win a bike.
You might win a bike.
You also might win a diseased woman's tit.
Warning. The following podcast contains extreme language and themes and is not suitable for all audiences.
Hello, welcome to Dead Men Talking with me, Rob Mulholland, him, a big fat cunt. We've got little not gay Tom in the corner with his racist child assistant, Madison, and we have a very special guest returning. If you include the live one at Dead Meat, this is now third appearance. It is local podcast legend, stand-up comedian, and friend of the pod. It is Rootin Tootin Adam Rowe. Yeehaw!
Oh, here we go. And Freddy's put the ass on backwards.
Forgot about the headphones, didn't we, lads? Forgot about the headphones.
And over the headphones as well.
When we planned this, we all forgot we wore headphones.
We've got one for you as well underneath there.
There's a little one under there, make you feel more at home. You got two, in fact. You got a choice.
I can tell you unless you've had this custom made, this is not going to fit on my
Yeah,
head.
we did. Yeah, we got it custom made, actually. Yeah. I don't know if you can tell, we spent a lot on this budget. We had Tom's custom made.
Howdy, partners. I'm Rootin Tootin Cowboy Adam Rowe.
There you go. Yeah, we've got a little.
Thank you so much.
Got some little
We've
quotes
got a
from you
little
recorded.
soundboard.
Yeah.
That was a good fun 12 seconds, but that's
It really was. Really glad we spent that money on that.
Yeah.
Adam likes cowboy things,
Yeah.
if you're not aware.
I
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Yeah. Too much, though, I would say.
Why?
Because you're a man from Liverpool and you're
Yeah,
meant to
but-
wait till your 60s to get too into cowboy things.
No. But why can't I just like the thing that I like?
Because it's gay.
Yeah.
No, it's not gay. You're
It is
thinking about
gay.
getting fucked in the
Cowboys are
arse.
gay.
That's it.
Cowboys are gay.
Cowboys are pretty gay.
No, one film
Don't know if you've seen
made
Brokeback
everyone
Mountain.
think that. Brokeback Mountain ruined
It's
it.
a really gay film.
It is a really gay film.
Exactly.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that all cowboy
How
stuff
many films
Yeah.
would there have to be of Nazis getting fucked in the arse?
Before Nazis became
Nazis
gay.
were gay.
Yeah.
I would
Quite a
say
few. 'Cause
6.
6?
Yeah,
I think
there'd
about
have to
6
be-
million.
No,
Yeah, it'd have to be more. So that
Yeah.
like
just
for
one
that
Jewish producer. Do it again.
Yeah.
for it to be that you associated with it,
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
have to be that they did that more than
Yeah,
they did the
yeah,
other
They
yeah.
have
thing.
to commit an anal holocaust at this point in order to.
How can country stuff be gay if like all the songs are about drinking beer and like
Yeah,
hating
with
your
other
wife?
men, getting their shirts off
Yeah.
and wrestling, and all that. Crying over women, that's gay.
Riding a horse. Riding a horse is.
Riding a horse is gay.
No,
Gay
no,
transport.
riding like dressage is gay.
Dressage is gay, but being
But,
a cowboy's gay.
Like riding a horse and like
Oh yeah, I'm just on a big beast with a massive knob. Gay. Horses are
Yeah,
gay,
just
mate. I'm sorry.
slamming your
well,
ass
do you know
into
what
a
then?
hole.
It's gay and I'm gay.
That's all we wanted. That's all
all we
we
Then I'm
wanted.
fucking gay and I'm fine with it.
You heard it first. Can we record that for the soundboard? That would be great if we could just sample that like a loop pedal.
I love it. It's I think I've figured out why I like it as well
Yeah.
only recently, because it's only sort of the past like 4 years. Up until 4 years ago, I'd never been. Might only be 3. I'd never been to a concert.
Yeah. It's like being like watching a mate get Parkinson's, how quickly it's developed. It just keeps getting worse.
I seen him last week and he looked all right.
He was fine, he's doing okay. But he had leather chaps on. It's really progressing.
I only like live music
Yeah.
when I know the words.
Right.
And country
House music, not for you. Just a beat.
No, that's different because there's no words.
Right.
When there's words that I don't know, I don't like it. And country music is like the easiest to learn the words because there's no metaphors. It's just I was in a bar drinking because that bitch left.
Yeah.
That's the song. Again and again and again for 3 minutes. And I get it. And I relate to it. And I can picture myself being in that bar, being that angry and upset. And I like beer. It's just so easy.
So your argument is it's good because I'm thick.
No, but I'm not thick. I've got so much other stuff going on in my head.
Oh,
that I
you're
haven't
too
got
smart for
I'm
other
too
music.
clever.
You know the
for other
famous country song, "She used my credit card without asking."
Oh, that might be the next Have a Word Christmas.
They
number one.
closed my hospice down. Congratulations, by the way. Well done.
On closing the hospice down.
On closing the
I appreciate
hospice
it, yeah.
You're doing. Are you still? Because the hospice is staying open now, isn't it? The baby hospice is.
Zoe's
No,
place
not.
in
not
Liverpool.
when will this go out?
Like next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Always places in trouble. Saddle up, partners. Yeehaw!
You know the really
We got loads of it.
I can't wait. Do you know what's really funny is last week I've done a few gigs to raise the money. And I made some jokes at the start of the show. Like, I was like, on the way in, someone said to me, "It's a pleasure to be here, lad. I hope you save the babies." And I was like, "We're not trying to save the babies.
Yeah.
We're trying to give them somewhere to die. Like, it's a hospice. Can you save my baby? No. But we can let you die by this picture of Winnie the Pooh." So I did that on stage.
Yeah.
And then one of the girls from Zoe's place came up and was like, "The dead baby jokes are a bit much." And I was like, "Would you rather have someone who raises the money and does the dead baby jokes, or does neither?" Because there you fucking up.
Do you know?
Well, we do the dead baby jokes. I'll do neither.
Do you know that we were genuinely going to donate a Zoe's Place dead baby bin on the podcast to you? We were going to get a bin and write "dead baby bin" and just give it to you because they need a bin.
Oh, that's so fucking
Yeah.
They need
Where
a
else are you
bin.
going to put them?
in a grave.
Yeah,
I think you said
before
grey
that-
bin. Yeah, and then we didn't because we thought
Freddie
you'd probably-
vetoed it, and when Freddie
Yeah,
vetoes
it would be a
something, you
bit
know it's
much, yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
That
but
gives us pause for
I have-
thought.
Sorry,
personally-
before you carry on, just to answer your question, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of ADHD in this room.
Oh,
as
there's
there is
a
with our
lot.
podcast. So let's just. It isn't saved. Yeah.
Right.
So Home and Bargain come in and gave 2.5 million, which got them $1 million short.
Yeah.
However, there's a lot of fundraisers that have still been going on, which means that they're not quite $1 million short. We don't know how short they are until all that money comes in.
Yeah. Sure.
The deadline was originally the end of October, and it got extended by the trustees after negotiations with the local MP to the 9th of November. So they've got until this Saturday to raise the extra money. I'm confident that they have/will get there by then.
Sure.
And by the time this episode goes out, maybe it has been saved. I also, and I can say this because this won't go out until afterwards, I think it's at a stage where if they were 300 grand short, they like the trustees who would
Be able to find it. Yeah.
would just be told to shut the fuck up and just
Yeah,
give
yeah.
us a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, and I don't work for them, I can't speak for them
Totally.
officially, but I think we're at a stage where it's like, we need 6.5 and we've got 6.3. Well, that'll fucking do, won't it?
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get some more bricks next year.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at with
Awesome.
it. But we can't.
Also, I'm sure they can use money normally. You know, like don't stop giving them money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
reckon.
Yeah.
Just
They're not
have
gonna be
one
like,
less
"That's-
baby there."
That's us forever. Just have one less baby. That's your idea, Tom.
Yeah, just have one less baby in the hospice, and then you just.
Well, if you give it
6.2
half an
million.
hour, that'll be.
That's very much the good thing about a hospice. They really dwindle down that population pretty quick.
I can make jokes. You can't make jokes about it, but I can make jokes about it
why
because
can't I?
I have given £100 in total so far.
All right.
And
I
that
gave
is
my- I gave my
more.
fee from a gig, which was actually more than that. So fuck you.
That is more than any Liverpool player has given so far. I am very proud of that. I have given more than Trent Alexander-Arnold.
that we know.
That we know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm reluctantly proud of it now. It's been quite weird because like you two know me quite well, and obviously I've got to know Tom over the past couple of years and stuff. I've never been sort of shy about like sort of my own achievements and shouting about them and stuff.
I don't know.
And I've never had sort of imposter syndrome.
No,
You know, like when I get
you've always been. You felt like an imposter when you weren't famous.
Yeah, I
you
was
were like,
like-
why the fuck am I not
I was
famous?
like, why am I not on every TV show
Yeah.
immediately? I've never had that until the last couple of weeks.
Sure.
Because I've been getting like stopped in the street in like Liverpool and stuff by people going, lad, love what you're doing with Zoe's Place. Should be so proud of yourself. Fucking brilliant. And then I did like a radio interview with Leanne Campbell, and she was like, it's amazing what you've done. I was like, we haven't saved it. All we've done so far is get me a nice pat on the back and just make a little bit of noise, and it hasn't happened. Like, until Home and Bargain stepped in, it was pretty fucking bleak. Do you know what I mean? Like, we kicked up a fuss, but like it wasn't gonna, like, now that like hopefully it gets to, like, next week we get to publicly say it's staying open. Then I think I'll find a way to be like, right, we can be proud of ourselves now for making.
Big up B&M Bargains though. That was fucking Home Bargains. Sorry, wrong one.
Give fucking no credit to B&M, by the way, who are also a bargain supermarket based in Liverpool, and they've done fuck all.
Well, Home Bargains, I apologise. Big up to them though. Really looking after their own demographic though. To be fair, that is very much just an investment by putting money into scousers with sick kids. That's who's in the aisles. That's who gave them that 2.5 million in the first place. Let's be real. They've just recycled it back.
I'll tell you what, the Live, Laugh, Love sign on the new hospice is going to be amazing, isn't it?
It just says laugh, love.
Yeah, it's just laugh. Are you still doing the bike ride around India?
Yeah. So like the bike ride originally was to raise money for the new place. It's now at the point where like the money for the new place is needed quicker. Yeah. So I imagine that the fundraising from India will just go towards keeping the place running. Like, and this is what we've been sort of not shouting about just yet until it definitely stays open. The hospice costs £1.7 million a year to run, and 80% of that has to come from fundraising. They only get 20% from like governmental funding. So like it doesn't just stop here. Like, I get back from India on Monday the 25th of November, and on the 1st of December, I'm running the Santa Dash for them. I've just got to start
definitely going to be halfway through that race. When you've cycled around fucking India, you're halfway around the Santa Dash, you'll be like, maybe just let them die.
No, they are going to die.
I know, but just let them. Just let them. Just leave them somewhere.
Have you been to India before?
No.
So
we've got a little game we like to play on the pod.
Yeah, we've got a little India game. So what it is you Google India, you go on Google Street View, and you drop that little pin anywhere in India.
Anywhere.
And the game is to try and find somewhere that does not have rubble or rubbish. And it is impossible.
We have never won. So you could... So you can have a little turn if you want. I know you can direct the little man if you want to find somewhere. Where do you want to go?
Okay, I want it.
Start dragging it around so we
win
can
the game if there's no rubble or...
No rubble or rubbish, you win.
We will donate £25 to Zoe's Place.
Okay, so go on New Delhi, find New Delhi, and put it right on the dot of New Delhi.
In the centre of the capital city. Yeah. That's where there'll be no rubbish.
It's a bold prediction.
Where is New Delhi?
Right, you're going to have to
find that. I don't fucking know. That is where we start.
Maybe just Google New Delhi.
What are you doing?
Just Google New Delhi. Just Google New Delhi.
It goes mental.
It goes mental, yeah. That's a wall.
That's a wall.
I think you might have won.
That's no rubble.
I think you might have won. If that wall's intact, he's won. Oh, I think there's some rubble. There's some rubble. There's some rubbish.
That's not New Delhi, though.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah,
that wasn't your guess. Just Google New Delhi, Tom. Put in New Delhi. He's so shit at this. He doesn't even have any jobs anymore now. Madison does the recording.
My job
He literally has nothing. He has zero jobs. He's got to sit there in his little frilly hat and Google things. And he can't even do that.
Put the voices on the soundboard.
Where do you want it in New Delhi?
On the end.
On the end.
Here we go. Come on. Oh, there's rubbish here. Come on. There we go.
That's a bit of rubbish.
That's rubbish.
What do you mean? I've won.
There's a bit of rubbish over there.
That's a shopping bag.
This is very clean for India.
That is very good. It's not a bad go.
There's
rubble.
It is everywhere. Try one more time. It is everywhere. Let's do one more for good luck.
Go on, dealer's choice. You can click anywhere.
Just anywhere in India. Just chuck one. Click.
What are you?
I don't
know.
You need to be on Google Maps, Tom.
We do start in New Delhi, and then I only found out today.
That's not good. That's a load of rubble and rubbish.
I'm fucking terrified, and I'm not even remotely fit enough to be going.
No, I know. Yeah, that's the worrying thing. Because like you started running and that, innit? Like, do you still do that?
No, because I can't. You can't. What?
You look panicked now.
You can't run and cycle.
Right. So you switched.
So I'm cycling and I
thought there was a race that incorporated the two.
You can't like.
And you must never swim.
Okay. I can't run and cycle.
Sure.
It's too much on my legs and cardio and shit. But I hate cycling. It's fucking horrific. It's so shit.
Tell
it's
what
so
would be better, doing it over rubble.
It's going to be so bad.
Yeah.
And I found out today. So I thought that we started at New Delhi, cycled 450 kilometers, got to a new city, and then flew home from there. I then checked me flights the other day, the plane tickets, and we fly into New Delhi and out of New Delhi. So I was like, oh, so we're cycling 225 kilometers and then cycling back the other half, and then we get back to where we started. And it's not that either. What we're doing is cycling 450 kilometers and then getting a bus back.
Oh my God.
Why?
I only found this out today.
Why are you getting a bus?
I don't know.
Like, you can surely afford a better mode of transport in India, I'd assume. You could cling onto the side of a train.
I've got no idea what's going on, but that's the plan, yeah.
All right. Well, if you are on an Indian bus, don't you dare join in with any gang rapes, I would say.
I'll try my best.
Keep your little songs to
But,
yourself.
when in Rome.
How's Dan going to do it?
What do you mean?
Like Nightingale?
I know who you mean.
That wasn't the problem.
Who?
Like, well,
fucking fat
out of the
idiot.
4 of you or whatever, I imagine that Dan's fitness is the worst.
No, I think Dan is... Carl's been in the gym quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Carl's slimmer than me.
Yeah.
So I would say Carl is, because he's been in the gym for a couple of months, probably marginally fitter than I am.
Okay.
And then I would say Dan, and then 50 feet of shit, and then Finn.
Right.
Because Finn does like...
Finn looks like he would be fit, though. He looks wiry. He looks like he'd be like, a
He's young
runner or
as
something.
well.
Yeah.
He's young, but he's a stoner. He smokes a lot of weed. He
Yeah.
drinks quite a bit now as well. Like, he's discovered alcohol.
Whereas
in the past.
Nightingale was on the beak, so he's used to having his heart rate up, isn't he?
Yeah.
His heart rate's been like
But
this
Finn
for
does
fucking
no
years.
exercise.
Right.
Finn picked his bike up from his auntie's last week.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
So I think Finn's in trouble. And also, like, genuinely, so like I've been doing, the most I've done is 45 kilometres in a day.
Yeah.
That was round Sefton Park in Liverpool. And at the end of it, like, I was in a bit of pain with me coccyx. Like, I and my bum doesn't normally have any trouble getting stuff out of it. I was struggling to force a shite out because of the pain at the bottom of my back.
Yeah.
That was after 45 kilometres, right?
In India, that problem will solve itself, though. Just eat some of the local street food, fire out of you.
No. Like my stomach can't get any worse. Like, it's not possible.
This is like when Freddy used to say he never got ill. Like, you are
That was
tempting
still
this fate
that was-
so bad.
That was just the stupidest thing anyone's ever said, though,
It
wasn't
really was, yeah.
That is the scary thing, though, is everyone else. And, like, obviously I could get quite bad, like, out there, like, stomach-wise. But, like, we could just be pooing everywhere at all times.
Yeah.
And there's nothing we can do because each day, the next checkpoint is that night's hotel. And it's
So
not
you've
like
got to fucking get there.
we've got to get there.
Yeah, you can't just, like, sleep at the side of the road in India. That's how you die.
I actually think, because the pace that we've got to hit to finish the thing is not it's not particularly quick. So it's about being able to sit on a bike for 8 hours in a day.
Yeah.
And your arse not like be completely fucked so that you can't do it again the next day.
Yeah, you're going to have
That's
a real
the
sore
problem.
bum. Yeah, sore
I do
bum is
think
your
the
main
distance,
issue.
I think we'll be okay with it. I just hope none of us get a bad stomach problem or like a really bruised bum hole. I am taking an empty suitcase to the airport, and once I'm through security at the airport, I'm filling that suitcase with chocolate and crisps so that if I want to, I can just live on chocolate and crisps.
Why don't you just buy them first and take them in the suitcase?
What do you mean?
You can take chocolate and crisps
Yeah.
through security.
Because
you can check
if
them in. It'd be far more expensive in the airport.
It will be more expensive. However,
You're just really into Toblerone.
here's the thing. If you take like an absurd amount of food into a country and it gets scanned to a thing, they'll be like, "What are you doing here?" Whereas if I'm already through security, they don't scan me hand luggage when I land.
Right, so you're taking in hand luggage as well, just like
Yeah.
filling that up. Right. It's like, so your hand luggage is going to be completely empty.
My cabin bag will be completely empty,
Yeah.
apart from a phone charger,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to fill it with chocolate and crisp.
For your exercise holiday.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the fuel you're going to need, to be honest.
Chocolate's really good for when you're doing like cardio.
Maybe just to explain to when you get to India and they scan it, go, no. I just think your food will be disgusting and will make me ill. I think I just don't trust
And
you
I think
to cook
they'll be
food in a
like,
hygienic way.
Good
Fill it
call,
with-
brother. Like,
Fill it with curry.
That'd be
Ours
funny.
is better.
Take like the microwave curries.
it is better.
I mean, it's not going to be, is it, Adam? I reckon their curry's probably better
Why?
because they're India.
Why does that automatically mean that they're going to make better curry? They invented the cuisine. It doesn't mean we haven't made it better. They don't even do chips.
Yeah, but
with
they
theirs.
have
We've
it
not
for like
improved
breakfast,
any
lunch,
cuisine.
and tea, don't
What
they?
do you mean?
We've not improved any
You can't
cuisine.
get chips with a curry in India.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I know. Like, I know.
Chips make everything better.
Right.
So I went to
It's an aggressively scouse
when I
opinion
was
that's
in-
coming at me right now.
when I was in Kuala Lumpur, I had some curry over there, and that's meant to be the best place in the world for curry because they've got like great fresh produce and ingredients and stuff, but also they have a really massive Indian migrant over there. Like,
Just one guy. They've got the great Kali. Oh, don't worry about him. That's just our massive migrant. You should have seen the fucking dinghy.
I meant community, and I had a mango fish curry on a leaf.
It
Like
is your curry, sir.
It's honest to God the nicest thing I've ever. So much better than any curry that I've ever had in the UK.
There's a 2 Michelin star Indian in London called Jim Carner, and I went there 2 months ago, and there is not a chance that they do better curry in India. There's not a chance that they do a better curry.
I think there is a chance.
There isn't.
Yeah, but just because they invented it doesn't mean they're the best. Like,
No.
Eminem's the best rapper.
What?
What?
Black people invented rapping. But
You think
Eminem's the best.
Eminem's the best rapper?
Well, he's probably the most successful rapper.
I mean, probably
And a lot
not,
of people
no.
do think he's the best rapper.
Yeah, but like people who have bad taste in music think he's the best rapper. So Adam, I reckon you probably think that, don't you?
I'd put him in the top 3.
There you go.
No, I probably wouldn't, to be
he's
fair.
definitely not the most successful ever. Like, Jay-Z and Dre are both billionaires.
Yeah, but not from rapping.
No, but they're more successful. And like,
No.
and also, I
they're
would
more
argue they're
successful
probably
people.
They're more
in
successful
music.
entrepreneurs.
And also, they've had more than one half good album. Eminem's shit. Eminem is so overrated. He's technically good at rapping, but he's not said an interesting thing for 20 years. He's fucking boring. It's just loads of words that rhyme. It's fucking really way overrated. Terrible.
I agree with a lot, but not all of what you've just said. But he is definitely a more successful rapper than Jay-Z.
Not that Jay-Z.
Yeah, of course he is.
I don't think he is.
How many Eminem songs can you name?
What are we rating success based on?
I don't
How
know.
many songs I know? Somebody who has no interest
There's
in
not
music.
a chance he knows more Jay-Z songs than Eminem songs.
I don't think I know one. Oh no, I know 99 Problems.
Yeah.
You know
And then-
N-words in Paris.
What?
N-words in Paris.
Yeah.
With
Is
Kanye
that?
West.
Is that?
With
Well,
Kanye.
so motherfuckers wanna find me. That's Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know 2, and then I know Empire State of Mind.
Yeah.
3. That's it.
Yeah.
Allow
Now
me to be
Eminem.
introduced.
My name is
Yeah.
Stan,
Yeah.
the real Slim Shady.
That's the same. You've said the same song twice.
No, he hasn't.
All right.
Oh no, he has. Yeah,
Yes. He said my name isn't the real Slim Shady.
Yeah.
That's the same song. He's just misnamed it once.
The Way I Am,
yeah.
Without Me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Great.
Eminem wins.
Well, if
That's
him,
proof, that's
someone
proof.
who doesn't like music, knows more, he must be better.
Yeah, but I mean more successful in terms of his.
No, and we could
He's
argue.
he's more famous to white people in the UK, maybe, but I don't think that's a marker
we could
for
argue
it.
all day on who's the better rapper, and I wouldn't even I'm not even saying I'd choose Eminem in that debate. But what I'm saying is he is undeniably a more successful.
Well, I
one.
am denying, so it's not undeniable.
Can you get album sales for both of those rappers up?
Yeah.
Oh, if you're wrong now. You're wrong.
There's not a chance. He'll probably double Jay-Z.
220 million.
220 million.
Oh,
Come
sorry,
on.
just go
Come
back.
on, Jay. Come on,
just go
Jay.
back before you Google that. He's among the best-selling music artists. I thought I was going to say the best-selling rapper.
He's
of all time.
among.
He is among.
Yeah.
Only 40 million.
Oh,
that is
wow.
quite
He's
a
made
lot.
you look stupid there.
Like
So
5 times
Eminem is
better.
6 times more
He's
successful than
made
Jay-Z.
you look stupid there.
I just don't care. Though.
Oh,
you
no,
don't
you
care
don't
now.
care.
You
No,
don't
you
care
don't
now.
care.
Album sales.
you don't care.
6 times.
That is quite a lot more than I was expecting. I'd thought it'd be way closer than that.
Just don't care.
But I think he's
5 minutes he'd been defending his own opinion, and then he went, I just
I
don't
still
care.
have the same opinion. I don't care about album
Now I've
sales.
lost. I don't care about that
I don't
thing
care
we've
about
been
that.
discussing.
I don't know that's a good metric. I was just hoping it'd be closer than that.
I just don't care.
But I do think he's like wildly overrated. It's mainly people who don't like hip hop is the thing, isn't it? It's like Luke Combs isn't the greatest fucking country singer ever, is he?
That's just not like. Let's
He's
just,
nowhere even close, obviously.
no, he's very successful right
Sure,
now.
but
Yeah.
exactly. You know, you could be really successful and be shit.
You know what Luke Combs is,
Yeah.
and you know what Eminem is,
Yeah.
and you know what Conor McGregor was.
Yeah.
They're not the best at what they do, but
most
they're
popular
really
with
good
plastics.
gateways
Yeah.
into the genre. So Conor McGregor was a really good he was my gateway into MMA.
Yeah.
And Eminem is a really good gateway for
There's a
all
lot of white guys
people.
doing it. Yeah.
Into hip hop. And Luke Combs was my gateway into country music.
Sure.
And yeah, he's it's
My main point is Eminem's shit. Has been for a long time. Like early Eminem, there was some great stuff, but like he's been shit for 20 years.
Hey,
and most of his stuff is boring.
His first
You just
album.
don't care.
I don't care about his album sales, man. I don't care about statistics, you nerd.
The first Marshall Mathers LP is one of the best rap albums of all time.
I don't know if I go that far, but it's a very good album.
It's in the top 5 rap albums of all time.
Nah.
Just for what it did to hip hop.
Can we Google top 5 rap albums of all time? Really
again,
pull the
it
nail
will
in the
be in
coffin
there.
for Rob today?
Nah, but like it's nowhere near like 36 Chambers or Illmatic or something like or Ready to
No,
Die.
it is near them. I'm not saying
I don't
it's
think it's
better. I think
anywhere
Illmatic's
near.
probably
That's best selling. That's not
Curtain
best.
Cole.
It's different. Yeah, there's like loads of. Yeah, I'm sure there's loads of best selling, but that's not like who's the best, is it?
Eminem was 4 in the top 25.
Yeah.
So that's pretty successful.
That's pretty successful. Yeah, I wasn't arguing.
How many does Jay-Z have in the top 25?
I don't know. What's it got to do with curry again? I can't remember.
I think we just started talking about brown people.
Chicken tikka masala is the gateway curry. I don't know.
It is, yeah.
Did you see the news this week, Adam?
Oh, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
bit do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the bit that says...
Don't spoil it. I've started at the first episode. I'm working my way through.
I want to talk about the bit that says Eminem's a better rapper than Jay-Z. That was a big news story this week. No, did you see the thing in Edinburgh?
Yeah, I've got this in my.
The head.
Yeah, I've got
God.
the video here.
Do you know, genuinely?
Yeah.
Genuinely. So I saw this before I read it.
Yeah.
So I saw the picture before I read it. And I thought someone had dropped a frozen chicken. It looks like
Yeah, like someone
an uncooked chicken.
like the sad bit that has been deleted within the last like half hour. I checked really recently. Basically, someone wanders along, sees it, doesn't realise. I think because it's like Halloween, they think it's just like
Yeah.
I
a
think it's a
prop.
decoration,
But
yeah.
Yeah. So
I
they
would have
wander
thought so
along
as well.
and pick it up.
One lad teabags it.
Yeah. The guy who teabags it's a fucking legend, though. And I don't
Look
give a
at
shit.
that.
Okay, that's a corpse.
Yeah. How did his head come off?
So this is the bit because I once I seen what it was, I just I'm not like you two fucking freaks. I got it like off my screen and put my phone in another room for an hour to like detox
I
my
was like,
brain.
put it in a special folder to save for later.
You're like, that'd be good for that pod.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I understand that he was decapitated by a bus,
Right.
but like, what the fuck was this bus doing?
Yeah, just closing its doors.
You're just a little bit too late to get
It's
on.
just like, oh,
Fellow with no arms trying to flag a bus down.
it is mad getting decapitated by a bus.
I don't
He
think
must have
was.
already been lay on the floor, I think.
Yeah,
Sure.
baby. But yeah, like it's really good that they've deleted that video. I'm really annoyed that like Twitter's finally got some community standards. Oh, here we go.
Delete.
Prick teased us. Prick teased us.
Aren't you on like the dark web in here or anything? No.
Yeah,
There
someone will
should
send
be.
it to us. Send it in, by the way, to our WhatsApp 07354 188257 if you've got the video of someone teabagging that corpse head, because we've lost it now.
Yeah.
Why does that say wrong number next to the number?
Oh, no, it's the wrong
fun
number
story.
story. So, like, that was to remind us to tell a story on this podcast about a year ago. You'll notice a lot. This doesn't get cleaned off often. That ketchup's been on it for about a year and a half. Basically, what happened was Tom read out the wrong number on the podcast. No, put the wrong number on the screen. And for a week, a teenage boy received all the submissions we get for our videos. So for a week, a child, because of Tom, was just getting sent people getting their cocks cut off and people fucking like.
How
It's because we got a new number, so we changed it and got it wrong. But this kid had also had a new number and just got bombarded with the most
How are
horrible
you not
videos.
in prison?
Because they don't know it was us, because they don't know where it was supposed to have gone. It was our fans that were getting messages saying, "Why are you sending this?" But none of them grassed us up, so the guy who got all the videos just never knew it was us.
But we do good things as well.
Like,
Do we?
Yeah, like last week, somebody reached out and said that a guy nicked his bike and that he had to steal it back, and the police don't give a shit. And he gave him his name and address, so we bought him a new bike.
What, the bike thief a new bike?
So we sent a bike thief.
for
We
new
bought the
bike.
bike thief a new bike.
And then we read out his address and we told everyone to go steal it.
To give him a little taste of his own medicine.
So the bike thief, who doesn't listen to this, has no knowledge of us, got a
Got
bike.
a new bike. I was like, fucking, how nice.
Yeah.
The next day, got it wrong. I was like, oh.
Yeah, easy
we do
come,
lovely
easy go.
stuff.
Yeah, so we do nice things, you know. It's not just you helping charity.
But we were successful in sending our bike. You've not won yet. We've always placed.
We've definitely got a bike.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Yeah?
Yeah, well,
You're
what
better people than I am.
if you're welcome.
Hello, if you're watching this, it is because I am currently on tour. I am on tour October, November of this year, and I'm going to 20 different cities across the UK and Ireland with my brand new show, In Sickness. A lot of the venues have sold incredibly well. Some of them have even sold out, but there are still a few tickets left. And if you want to come and watch, if you want to come and support, big up the Army of the Dead, go and find us. Get tickets at freddyquinne.co.uk. We hope you're enjoying this week's episode of Dead Men Talking. If you're not signed up already, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/Dead Men Talk Pod. Just for a little sample, just a little sort of amuse-bouche of what you're missing out on. Here is a sample clip from a previous Patreon episode.
Yeah, and like a free sample, Freddie's going to have 4 of them.
My ex and I split up about 2 years ago. It was quite a messy breakup with kids involved. But while
You're fucking kids.
Your ex was a kid.
But while we broke up, she did OnlyFans.
With kids?
With kids, yeah. So I had to make a profile to see out of curiosity.
Well, it's not
Well, you've already
changed.
seen it. What do you mean? There's no one who's funny I'm less curious about than my exes. Like, I've literally examined it from every angle possible. Like,
Yeah. What you're doing there is
I could draw it from memory.
what you're doing there, mate, is you're going on holiday to somewhere you used to live.
Yeah, go back to your old gaff. It's my old house is an Airbnb. I wonder if I could rent it. Like, what the fuck
Fuck
are
you
you on about?
playing
Oh yeah, I'll just go watch my ex get railed. That's insane.
What good is going to come from that?
Just go. Oh yeah, I remember that. Also, you remember it when he was younger. I remember my ex's fanny when she was 23. It's
Also-
not got better, has it?
Also, you must still have pictures. You
Oh,
must
no,
have your
I'm
phone.
a deleter of pictures, except for like one girl who was like, keep those. And I was like,
Really?
all right, yeah. And they're my little reserve for in case the internet goes down.
I'm a saver for blackmail.
Right, yeah. No, yeah, I was always...
Jerome, he's a blackmail that buys them off me.
It's a lot of fun. But no, I've always been a respectful deleter. I'm like, it's my time looking at that is gone. It's been a lovely time. We move on. If I want to look at pictures of fannies on my phone, I can. It doesn't have to be that specific person.
Yeah.
And I can probably remember because my memory is awful, but not for pussy. I remember every pussy, baby. I might not remember their names. I might not remember where I met them, but I remember how they felt.
Got photographic pussy memory.
Yeah.
She's
I
now
can do a 3D drawing.
She has now since deleted the profile, and I have content that she sent to me without knowing it was me. So whenever she's being a gobshite, I have a wank over the pics as a power play. Am I in the wrong?
No, you've paid for it.
Yeah, like you're a customer. I don't know. I don't get how you think you've won here. You've paid to see your ex's fanny, and now you have a wank over someone you used to have sex with. So you've demoted yourself from sexual partner to customer who is wanking alone.
Yeah, to John.
How do you think you've won?
Yeah.
I do not understand how this is...
Ha! She'll hate this.
Yeah.
This thing that she doesn't know about.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot that this is what yous do.
Yeah.
I in my head, I was just coming for a chat with you two.
Yeah,
I
you can
forgot-
just have a chat, yeah.
No. I forgot that this was your thing. Like the
Oh,
We
this
just
is
get
it.
horrible news
dead
stories.
bodies
Yeah.
and cocks
Yeah.
and bumholes and shit.
Controlling boyfriend, 32, who limited ex-girlfriend's access to their pet hamster, avoids jail.
What was he charged with?
I don't know. He's basically been a cunt and just wouldn't let us see a hamster. Possessive boyfriend.
How
Quick, get
attached?
another hamster.
How attached can you get to a fucking hamster?
You can't get attached to a hamster.
It's not
Like,
possible. If
They
you
don't
I think even
show-
as a child, I was over it in a day or two.
if your dog dies, I think you're allowed to spend a week getting over it. I
No.
think you're allowed to spend a week.
Dogs
More
can
than a
take
week for a
way
dog,
longer than that.
But
Have you still got your dog?
yeah.
Like your dog was ill at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it survived. You were fucking distraught.
Yeah, I was really upset, but I would have got over it in a week.
No, you fucking wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
He likes to pretend he's got no emotions, but like he's so sad inside.
Hamster, you need to get over it on the way home.
Yeah.
Unless it's a really good hamster.
What?
If I broke up with a partner and we shared a hamster, I just don't have a hamster anymore.
Yeah.
Like who's being like, and we've got to split the
Who
hamster.
gets Monty?
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
If you're the one who does the breaking up, you lose. Obviously, with kids, it's different, but like with any pet, I've broken up with people before and we've had dogs, and it's like, right, well, obviously, I'm breaking up with you, so you get to keep the fucking dog.
Oh, I'd just stay with her. Like, keep the fucking dog. I'm not losing the dog. Like like you get way more time.
It's often the worst bit of the breakup.
Yeah, I bet.
Not always, but like it can be.
Yeah.
How good would a hamster have to be for you to be upset about it?
I wanted to do tricks.
Tricks,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Tricks. I don't want you to do taxes.
I wanted to be able to rap.
Yours. Or,
to the
No, its
soul.
own. Yeah.
Tricks. It needs to do more than
I wanted
tricks.
to ride a fingerboard.
I wanted to enjoy going up my ass.
I wanted to do dirty talk while it's going in.
Maybe that's what happened to Richard Gere. Maybe that gerbil just really wanted to go up his
Yeah,
ass.
just loved
Richard Gere
it.
hated it.
He's like, oh, go on then.
Anyway, a possessive boyfriend who forced his ex-girlfriend to have supervised access visits to their pet hamster when they split has been convicted of coercive, controlling behaviour.
Sorry, so they've broken up and she's still going to visit the hamster?
Yeah.
Supervised access. Sorry, so there had to be a third party to watch her play with a fucking hamster.
I think he was the supervised access. I don't think they're getting like someone from the
Do
council.
you know what, as well? Just throwing it out there. Hamsters are nocturnal.
Yeah.
You should have to go around during the evenings.
this is just a fucking horrific story, isn't it? Like, obviously, him being a controlling, coercive cunt is just like the worst thing in the world in a relationship. But the fact that she manages to get out of that relationship and then it's like, no, I never want to see or speak to that fucking controlling, coercive cunt again, but I'm going to have to because he's got to be there when I go and play with the hamster in the evening times.
She needs a good friend to be like, darling, get another fucking hamster.
He's a cunt and she's a stupid cunt.
Yeah.
And also, as well, if you split up with somebody and they went, can I still come round to the hamster? The answer's no. No, go away.
I don't know if this happened, though, because I believe all men.
Yeah.
I do. I just think we should believe men. I believe all men.
I'd believe the
good,
hamster
that.
before the woman.
We need one of you left, actually. Just
come on.
have one person
Everyone's out
left.
there
who's like,
believing women. I'm like, whoa. How about we believe all men? Come on. Hashtag believe all men.
I want to hear
One
what
or
this
the other, we
rapist
believe
has
all
to
women or we
say.
believe all men.
Yeah, because when have men ever been untrustworthy?
Yeah.
I think we've got a pretty clean bill of health. A pretty clean copy
I
book.
actually believe everybody.
Yeah, just all people.
Even if two opinions or like accounts of a story are in
Sure.
direct opposition.
You believe both?
I just believe both of them.
Yeah.
I believe that's what you think happened. I believe that's what you think happened. Now you go that way, you go that way, and all shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and everyone will be happy with that. You know, I believe that you didn't rape her, but I believe that you think he did rape you.
No. I believe he raped you, and I believe you didn't rape her.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Off you go. Go live your life.
If you want to go to court, then I'm fully in support of all of that. Let's
And
whatever.
that's that rape problem solved. Now there's no arguing about it afterwards. That's the
Yeah,
problem
no, I
solved,
believe you.
isn't
Yeah, no, I
it?
believe you. No, I believe you. Yeah, I'm not getting involved. I believe you.
I used to work on Jeremy Kyle, right? And we used to... People,
And I believe him because he's a man.
Someone rang up to a lie detector once, and the reason I wanted to go on it was because they saw a ghost and they wanted to prove that ghosts exist by going on a lie detector. And I was like, that doesn't prove ghosts exist. That just proves that you think you saw a ghost.
Oh no, it doesn't even prove that, Tom. Again, still, you've not worked on this show for years. Lie detectors don't work.
Oh, yeah, I know that
All
now.
it proves
Yeah,
is
yeah,
you're a
yeah, yeah.
fucking moron
Oh,
that you've
yeah.
signed up in the first place, isn't it?
Lie detectors work.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
No, they
Like
don't. So what they
97% accurate.
No.
No, they
That
are
is
not.
absolute bullshit. For a start, that what they claimed on Jeremy Kyle was like 93, which is a horrific rate of failure already for anything that claims to be accurate. But actually, it's about.
I don't think that's a fair sentence.
It is. It's also actually about 60%, which is about guessing.
If I said to you, I make my girlfriend come 93% of the time,
I'd call you a liar, but I wouldn't
because
I
it would be
believe
quite
men.
an
Because
impressive.
I believe men.
That
I
would
believe
be
men.
quite an impressive hit rate, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So-
So it's very different to going, I can tell what people are thinking. You know? Because always on Jeremy Kyle, they go, oh, what, you're one of the 7%, are you? And it's like, well, yeah, you've done hundreds of these. Someone has to be. That is statistics. It's actually quite likely.
It's 1 in 10, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like 1 in 20 at most. It's like, it's not that rare. That's quite bad when you're being that certain. But anyway, it was less than that. It's actually the same as guessing because they just don't work.
Yeah, I reckon it was 50-50 at best.
They guess. They're just a guess.
It's not that low.
It is.
It
so
is,
They
yeah.
didn't
So
guess. They
the
would
way that-
decide it based on what I told
The
them.
way that lie detectors work is they detect changes in your body that are changes that people think that happen when you tell a lie. So
He's
your
telling the
temperature
truth, he is
raises,
horny.
your heart rate raises, little stuff like that. But that can be because of anything. Like literally, an attractive woman can walk in the room and you can have the same reaction.
And also, it's like why people can pass the test if they're really good at just keeping calm. It's why Tom Binns claimed he would do a lie detector test because he knows their bollocks because he does like mentalism stuff. You know, he does like low level Darren Brown shit, didn't he, Tom?
Yeah.
And in his like thing of going, oh, I've got ADHD, that's why I'm a nonce. He said, I'll do a lie detector test, and I was like, you of all people know they're bullshit, and you know you could just pass it.
I also want to know what he was going to answer on this lie detector test because he had thousands of images of children. Like I didn't know they were kids.
Yeah.
Swear.
Well, this is when he was still claiming it was like 3 images. Like, I don't know what he thought would happen with that because, like, the police just went, no, he had 30,000 indecent images across like 20 devices. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, he was just trying to. I think once you're outed as a nonce, you get a bit desperate, innit? You start
Yeah.
swinging for the fences at that
You
point.
do, yeah. And also, like, there's been a lot of spotlight on like creepy cunts in comedy
Sure.
and like you know, sex pests and whatever. And it does like at times because that gets a lot of like headline and stuff. It feels like there's fucking loads in our industry. I don't think there is loads. I think it's like our industry's in the spotlight because we're on stage and stuff.
Yeah.
I think there's probably just as much as there is in, you know, the finance industry or anything like that.
There is less creepy cunts in comedy than there are in call centres. Every
Call
fucking
centres are a
call
hive of it,
centres-
actually. I worked with a couple
Every
of dodgy
call
ones.
centre manager is a guy who's about 30 and 18-year-old girls come in here with new starters. He's like, oh, I'm going to train you. I'm going to sit next to you. Oh, we're going to go on a night out at the end of the week. Oh, you're going to get to meet. It's that all the fucking time.
But you
call
do-
centres are the worst.
You do meet some people in comedy where like they haven't done anything, but like immediately I go, if anything ever comes out about you, I will believe it. And Tom Binns was always one of them.
Yeah.
Like the first time I met him and he gave me his little fucking, you know, sweaty palmed limp handshake and he's like, oh, hello.
He shook
You're
hands
like,
like
"You're
a
a
pedo.
fucking-"
I really should have
Yeah.
clocked it then, actually. I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Wait a minute, there's child's cum on his hand.
It's so funny
it tastes
that
of kid
you know
cum.
cum well enough to know it's a kid's
Yeah.
immediately.
I'm like
That's a kid's
I'm like
cum.
a sommelier for jizzing.
Oh, it's a 6-year-old Chilean.
This is a 2008.
Hang on. He's just failed his GCSEs. He's a stupid kid. Yeah, he's in.
Stupid
like,
kids must be the easiest to molest.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Me and Danny McGoughan
Anyway, continue.
coined this as the 5%. I reckon there's about 5% of people you meet in comedy where you're like, you're just not.
Yeah.
Like I would believe something about you.
Yeah, like most people in comedy are like my favourite people, and most of them are class. But the bad ones are the worst people I've ever met.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The really bad ones are like the devil.
Yeah.
And like they exist.
Yeah.
Most of them are class, though, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of the creepy, horrible cunts on stage pretend to be really nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah.
The nicer
yeah,
you are
yeah,
on stage, the worse you are
Yeah.
a person, I think.
Yeah, which would make Freddy the nicest man on earth off
Yeah.
stage. It doesn't always
He's the
scan.
exception who proves the rule.
It really is. Really an outlier. Very much an outlier.
I'm very nice.
The Malcolm Gladwell of comedy over here.
I'm nice to everybody.
You're not nice to everybody. That's mental.
You're nice
That
to
is an-
everybody's face. That is true.
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, and it's not always.
Our business is based on him being horrible.
No, what you are is slightly nicer than people would expect.
Yeah. But I set such a low bar.
Exactly.
That it's easy to sort
Because
of...
people assume you will be like the worst person, and you're marginally better than that. So people are like, you know,
I think it's just a common sort of misconception with people when they judge who you actually are based on either your podcast persona or like who you are on stage and whatever. And obviously we're vague versions of ourselves, but podcasts now, and especially with the podcast like boom of the last like 5 years in the UK, like this, this feels like a WhatsApp group, doesn't it? And we're going to treat it like one. And then we're just going to happen to put it on the internet and you get to listen to our group chat from today.
Yeah.
Like, so you're being the funny dickhead version of yourself.
Yeah.
When you actually then meet people, they're like, oh, you're actually dead sound. It's like, yeah, of course I am, because I'm getting all my country out when I'm sat around with my mates having a laugh. Yeah. These people who were on stage being like, I'm actually really great, guys, and you're all beautiful, and I'm like...
Donate to Zoe's Place, everyone.
Yeah, but even with that, I'm like, you fucking cunts, get your fucking hand in your pocket.
I actually think as well, I've become a nicer person since I've stopped drinking.
Yeah, you have.
Because I remember, and I was thinking about this literally the other day, I remember that there was a time once when I was in Edinburgh getting drunk, and I'd been in the fucking Gilded Balloon, and I'd been getting pissed all day, and Adam met us, and I was so drunk that I bet Adam £20 that he couldn't identify who Jackie Chan was from a series of 5 random Chinese people.
And did you?
Like, honestly, like the 5 pictures he got up, because in his head he was like, they're like, he genuinely, like, not even like in a jokey, like racist way, in a, like, he's actually
like,
racist
I found
with this.
4 people who look like Jackie Chan.
No. To Freddy, he was like, they're identical. He's got 4 identical twins. Like, he was like, this is. And in fact, what you tried to
That's
do...
Lucy Liu.
Do you know what they might as well have been 4 Frank Brunos. Like, genuinely. They were so different. Apart from the fact, he tried to trick me by getting 2 Jackie Chans, as if I was going to go, it's one of them. And I was like, they're both Jackie Chan. Yeah. And he was like, I can't believe you got this. I'm like, they're both Rush Hour posters. You fucking psychopath.
It says his name on it.
In my head, I swear to God, I was pissed. In my head, they were 5 of the most identical looking people you've ever seen in your entire... I thought, this 20 quid is as good as mine. Yeah. And he literally went, that's Jackie Chan. And I was like, aha. But he went, that's also Jackie Chan. It's like, fuck. It must have taken 3 seconds.
Oh, it was so funny.
But yeah, you're better now. You're fine now. You'd never do anything racist, would you?
Nope.
Never.
Nope.
Never.
How are you finding not drinking now?
Horrible. I hate it.
Still? You're not even like, do you reckon you'll ever get over that?
No. I hate it so much.
Because he's not trying to. That's the thing. He doesn't want to be happy.
Yeah, I can see why your mum lost her leg rather than quitting.
Fucking class.
It's so class. It's so class, and it's so shit not being able to fucking drink. I hate it. Can't do it. You can't celebrate. You can't let your hair down. You can't do anything.
You haven't got any hair?
I mean, like, metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, and like, your problem is that because you went so hard at it and you were so fat that your heart now doesn't work. You can't even do drugs, which is the best way to be sober.
Yeah,
like, that's what I do. I still celebrate. I'll just do some ease.
The pills that I'm on at the moment just, like, turn my blood into water, basically.
Yeah, man, like fucking champagne, mate. Fucking banging.
Yeah. So it is what it is. But I mean, it's been about a year and 2 months now.
Like, also, like, you're like, oh, I can't celebrate. When were you celebrating? When did you ever have joy?
I was like,
you were never celebrating anything. You were a miserable cunt.
I wasn't really.
Like, during like one of the best nights of our life, when we were on stage at a fucking arena at the Have a Word show, you fucked off for a McDonald's. You couldn't even stay and celebrate the end of the show because you were hungry and couldn't be arsed. What are you talking about celebrating?
The abiding memory that I have of that whole night is that I had some chicken nuggets on stage and I was chucking them out into the crowd and I was throwing them really hard and I hit a woman square in between the eyes. It's the greatest shot I've ever... And I lobbed this chicken nugget, so I fucking launched it like that and it hit her square between the eyes and her head went back like that. And I'd love to fucking meet her. I'd love so much to meet her and go, ah, fucking nailed right between the eyes. I tell you what, 5 are shit, aren't they?
He's like, oh, what a great night! I got to hit a woman in the face with greasy chicken.
Brain damaged a
It was
woman
my
with a
perfect
nugget.
night. It looked like she was
the
really
one
hurt.
memory you've got from the night.
Yeah.
You played an arena. No, forget about that. Forget about that 10,000 people. Here's a woman cleaning the fucking face with a chicken nugget.
We also nearly killed a man backstage. That's one of my abiding
Oh,
memories.
God, when that guy fell off the
The
fucking
guy fell
thing.
off the stage after our roast, because we brought people on stage
Oh,
and roasted
shit,
them.
yeah.
It was me, Freddie, and Finn Taylor. It was super fucking fun. But yeah, when we were walking them off the backstage bit, we forgot there wasn't a railing, and the guy just fell off the stage. And arena stages are big, and he bounced off a riser on the way down as well. He went like dunk, dunk, and landed on like a camera guy. It was fucking well bad. We were all like,
I didn't know about this.
yeah, well, you were busy.
Yeah.
Freddie also fell down the stairs. Remember that in Teddy's? Is it
Oh,
Teddy's?
same night?
That was
Same
that
night.
was like the last bit that I'd already gone by that
Yeah, it
point.
was right at the end of the night. You fell right down the stairs. I thought, it was in the basement bit.
There's
And
a lot of
my
stairs
first
at
thought
Teddy's
was,
as well.
how are we going to get him out of here? He's too heavy to lift back up those stairs.
Yeah.
This
And-
was also pre-Legionnaires, Freddie, so he was twice as fat.
And you know what as well is when you fall over sometimes and you go, I'm all right, but I'm just gonna have a minute.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'll just have a minute, just and then I'll get up.
Yeah.
I was doing that. I was just having a minute, and everyone thought I was dead. Like people were fucking losing their minds. I was fine though. I'm a robust man.
Splashing
next time you
buckets
do
of
that,
water on you,
Just
trying to get
tell
you back in
people
the
you're
sea.
having a minute. Just go, I'm all right, but I need a minute. Because I think the reason people thought you were dead is that you weren't talking or moving.
Yeah, you were just lying perfectly still at the bottom of some stairs.
I was there. No one thought you were dead. You were going, ah! That's not what dead people do.
Oh my God, he's dead, fat.
That's what's happened. He's
That's
clearly
what happened.
misunderstanding.
He just hadn't heard the end of it.
Yeah.
I do feel sorry for people in your situation with the
What, being
drinking.
fat?
Yeah, that as well.
Right.
But like my little brother struggles with his drinking as well.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of weeks ago, I picked him up. It was the anniversary of my mum dying, so I picked him up to go to the grave and lay some flowers and stuff. And I was like, "How are you getting on?" He's like, "Yeah, it's like as long as I don't go to the pub, like I'm just fine." And I was like, "All right, sound great. Well, I'm glad you're doing all right and whatever." And then I was like, you know the the reason you got your hats on, being running those like country music parties in town. I was like, "Do you want to come to one of them?" Because he loves the country music as well. I was like, "Come to one of them, and I just won't drink all day with you. Like we'll just both do it sober." And he went, "Have you lost your fucking mind?" He was like, "Do you think I want to be surrounded by 400 people drinking, singing and dancing, just stood in the corner with a Diet Coke?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I'd rather stay at home and watch EastEnders." He is 26.
Yeah, you got. I've been doing it like in nearly 6 years. I've not drank for. You need to find the balance of the two. You need to find a way to get involved when people are having fun. You need to like put yourself into it still, like because like the only thing the drink does is like remove your like inhibitions.
Yeah.
So like you can do that yourself.
Yeah.
It's
you
not
can,
the only thing it does, though, is it?
I mean, actually, when you look at it, yeah.
No.
And when you're on the other side of it, and when you're the sober guy on the night out, I sort of see how little I desire it now. I'm really different. I'm like, I was done. Like I burnt out on it. I was like, I hit it so hard. I was like, I'm out. I'm walking away. It's a very different thing to a doctor going, "I'm afraid you have a fat gay heart." And you can't.
You were
anymore.
a bit of a social hand grenade as well when you
Yeah.
were hammered. Like I love hanging out with you now, but like there was some Edinburghs where when you were twatted in the loft bar, I was like, I'm gonna throw him off the fucking roof.
Yeah.
Just real I'm drunk and it's fun and
Yeah. I would either be that or a super argumentative. I would also start random, like I would just cunt people off really hard. Like I remember.
Whereas
once-
now that you're sober,
Yeah, but like I pick and choose a bit more. Like I remember once there was this posh guy being really annoying, and I turned to him. He was wearing red chinos. Remember that? And I turned to him and went, "Can you fuck off back to whatever regatta you've come from?" And he left, and someone went, "You know that guy was from Channel 4." I was like, "Well, there's another channel I won't be on."
Yes,
I
because
was.
he was considering you before.
Yeah. But like, this was very early on in my career when there was still promise. But no, like I totally was. I was like, I'm already a lot when I'm sober. And like it would, without that level of like even slight control, I was too much. Yeah, it's fair to say with hindsight.
I want to get more of a control on my drinking.
Yeah.
I want to be able to have 8 and go home. And I know that sounds insane.
No,
Right,
I get it.
wanna
I get
just
it
limit
totally.
myself to 8.
No, but like the problem is I can have 5.
Yeah.
But if I get to 6, 7, 8, I'm also going to have 21.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah, because you go, we're doing it now. Right.
I can either say no.
Yeah, I was
I
at
can
that at
stop
2
at 5 or
beers.
6. As soon as I start getting to like really fun night out, I am just
Because in my head, I'm the same. 8 is a waste of money because
I know exactly what you mean.
8 is the same as 4 or 5, but you're closer to 10 or 12, which is where you really want to be.
Yeah.
So you might as well just fucking go and do 10 or 12 because you've done 8.
Yeah.
I'm like that at 1.
Yeah, this is it.
If I have 1, I'm drinking until I pass out.
I was like that. I was like, we've started drinking now, so let's keep drinking.
Yeah.
And like
But
my aim was
that
blackout.
I think is more of a problem than what I've got.
I think
not a
yours is
problem, it's
also
class.
a problem. We've all got problems in here, mate.
Yeah, like 100%.
Yeah.
But like, I really enjoy taking time off it. Like, I'm off it now because of Ahead of India, and I'm really enjoying just like, I'm not drinking, I'm eating well, I'm exercising a bit more, and I have these little moments. But like, since we've started talking about drinking right now, I'm thinking about the first pint of Guinness I'm going to have on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So Christmas Day, the pub I drink in Liverpool, Pogues, it opens on Christmas Day at 6 p.m. till midnight.
Yeah.
So you do Christmas Day with your family and presents and Christmas dinner and stuff. And then I get ready. And for the past 3 years, I've just gone to the pub Christmas night and been there till midnight. And the atmosphere in there is class because everyone is there with their friends. They've just got rid of the fucking uncle who they can't be asked who they have to see.
Yeah.
It's such a nice atmosphere. It doesn't get so busy that it's unbearable. It's just a really nice place to be on Christmas night.
Yeah.
And it's really good Guinness. And I just, like that, I 1 minute past 6, 2 minutes past 6, once it's being allowed to settle, that is when I will have my first pint of Guinness on Christmas Day. And I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, I'm just way more into other drugs, is what I've learned. Like booze was the easiest one to get rid of. The other ones are better.
I've tried, the only other 2 drugs I've tried are weed and coke.
Yeah.
I've done coke less than a handful of times, and
Yeah,
I
can't imagine you on coke, man. You already have cocaine energy.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I like also.
I already feel like this.
Yeah.
It's not even that.
It gives normal people confidence.
He goes like this, we should serve a hospice.
Get me a dead baby.
Do you know what it does for me? And what it does for everyone is delete your alcohol, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
it's
someone,
to keep drinking. This is
but
it,
I
yeah.
don't need it for that. I
Yeah.
can just keep drinking.
Yeah.
So like I can quite easily have. If I go out on a Sunday afternoon, let's say Liverpool kick off early and it's a big game. If Liverpool play Man United at 12 o'clock and we beat them, like, well, you know, like as we have done a few times over the past few years, like I can quite easily be out from lunchtime till 3 a.m. and drink nothing but pints all day. And I don't need Coke to
So I was
for
a
that
spirits
15
man.
hours.
That's the difference. I was a spirits man. So I would go to Barnsley away at lunchtime, drink a bottle of brandy on the way there.
Brandy?
Yeah, I did that sometimes.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Lads on tour.
Yeah.
Barnsley away with my brandy.
Yeah, fucking great
Your
time,
red
mate.
chinos.
So my spirit of choice is whiskey.
Yeah, mine always was
And,
main.
Like, I used to want to be someone who's like, I'm into me scotch. But if I'm really honest, I prefer bourbon.
Of course you fucking do, you Yankee Doodle dickhead.
And the problem I have with it, especially with, like if I have it as an old fashioned, I will drink it like I drink Guinness.
Yeah.
So it's just as quick, but there's a lot less of it. And it's a lot stronger. So if you get a pint, like if you were drinking, you got a pint, and I got an old fashioned. By the time you're down to the word Guinness, I've finished my cocktail, and
Yeah, this is how I drank. This is
It-
why I was a problem, Adam.
But that's why I don't drink spirits that much,
Yeah.
because if I do, it's just a fucking. It's
I
a
used to
suicide
sneak
mission.
to the bar between rounds to get more drinks and shit. I was like that. I was like,
Well,
always.
sometimes I have to do that because people drink fucking slow.
Are you, by any chance, a fan of dreadful features, Adam?
What do you mean?
Like podcast features?
that don't
Do you want to do
work.
one?
Oh, we do one. I can see it being lined up already.
It's the greatest feature in podcast
Cunt of the
history.
week.
Everybody loves it. They used to pretend they don't like it. Bit of
Never
a different
works.
sting today. Bit of a new one.
Oh, yeah.
It's time for Cunt of the Week. Woo, doggy.
Oh, it's Lad Baby, but it's got a
Lad Baby.
cowboy on. That took too long for that joke.
Okay.
He's just edited a cowboy hat onto Lad Baby. It's always Lad Baby.
It's always Lad Baby. I just put a cowboy on him this week.
He's just edited it, so it's got a cowboy hat, and he did a vaguely cowboy voice for the.
Oh, so is the joke just it's always Lad Baby because he's a cunt every week of every year?
Yeah, that's just a sting. That's just a sting.
It's just the sting. It's just the sting that it rolls round and it.
Oh,
lands
yeah,
on
we're
Lad
not
Baby.
just doing this. This is the beginning of the feature.
That's not the
Oh,
whole
right,
thing.
okay.
That's not it.
I thought that was the answer to the feature. Oh, it's
No,
Lad
no.
Baby again. Now carry on with
No,
the
no,
conversation. I thought you'd interrupted a really good conversation about alcohol and
So
drinking.
it could be like, so back to booze.
So the feature is I'm going to tell you 3 stories, and we're going to work out who the cunt of the week is. And we're going to have loads of fun along the way. The first one is called Dead.
We never do.
We do. We always do. All depends on the guest. The first one's called Dead Daughter Revenge.
Oh, get fundraising.
How did she die? If it's not a born-in illness, we can't help her.
Really? Is that true? If they get sick after being alive for a day, then Zoe's place is like, nah.
No, I don't. I actually
They're probably
don't
not that
know,
tight with it.
But I don't think that.
Yeah.
What I meant is, like, if your daughter gets hit by a car, I don't think they're like, come to the
Go
hospital.
on, scrape her up,
You know what I mean?
bring her round here.
That's on you, for not holding my hand.
You.
Look after yourself.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it depends on whether it's on the parents.
Right, well,
Hello, Zoe's place. What's that? Hit by a car? No, that's on you.
No, I'm going to open a new hospice next door called Rob's Place that's only for careless parents. Has your baby drowned in a bath? You found your baby face down in the puddle? Bring him to Rob's Place. Did you leave your baby in a car with all the windows closed? Rob's Place.
Stuck a fork in a plug socket, did he? Come on down to Rob's place.
Do you know, last week, one of the girls who works at Zoe's place come up to me and was like, I wanted to ask you a question. And I was like, what is this? She was like, obviously what you've done over the past month's been wonderful and we're so grateful. Like, at some point, if we could get it together, would you be up for being one of our trustees? And I was drunk and I was like, I'd love to. And I've just had a moment there where I was like, no.
I don't feel I should be representing the...
I'll make as much noise as they need forever. They'll always be my charity.
You don't need them on a board.
No,
you don't need to be
I
on the
don't need-
board.
yeah.
Are they going to, like, name a bin after you or something?
Maybe.
The Adam Rowe skip.
I don't want anything.
The Adam Rowe Recycling Centre. Oh, you've mixed your colours in with your white. Ruined it.
Jesus Christ. Oh,
Just two big
no.
You know, when I come and do
shoots.
this podcast, I understand how Vicky Patterson feels when she does ours. It's just a career gamble, isn't it?
It's because we don't have careers.
Anyway, back to the story. We didn't even to the first word.
So that's charity trustee Adam Rowe, everyone. Charity trustee.
I worked for a company a good few years ago and fell out with the shift manager and then later his leather-faced wife I worked with. They spread rumours about me, sent... Hang on, what the fuck?
They said
Sent rumours about me, sent a
Comma.
Facebook message.
They spread rumours about me, sent a Facebook message on a fake account saying I was having an affair with my colleague. Long story short, me and my missus almost split up, but it got sorted.
Right.
I knew it was them, but couldn't prove it. Later in the year, their pregnant daughter went into hospital and they found out she had cancer. It was bad.
Wow, like, did they confuse the lump? I'm afraid you got a growth in your womb.
It was bad. They had to get the baby out sooner than they planned. Sorry.
What's wrong with you?
I'm really not well. It was bad. They
You're
had to get the baby
stupid.
sooner out. Fuck's sake.
Right.
It was bad.
Come
They
on,
had to
Tom.
get the baby out sooner than planned to start treatment. The cancer was bad and she later died.
That is bad. Yeah, that's bad cancer, that.
In work, everybody felt sorry for them, but not me. I did feel bad for the kid and father losing his wife, but not my manager and his ugly wife. So one day, I set up a Facebook account and message, "Haha, your daughter is dead." And "Hello, mum and dad, I faked my death to get away from you." Every day in different names. People were showing me their Facebook posts saying, "How can people be so cruel?" But holding back my grin, I said, "Oh dear, poor them." So am I the cunt for doing that, or those fuckers for nearly breaking up my marriage? I still don't feel bad for what I did.
Sorry, his question is, am I a cunt for mocking someone for having a dead daughter?
That's right. That's what he's saying, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you say there's going to be 2 other stories?
Yeah, this is story 1.
So
yeah.
there's, I mean, come on. The other 2 aren't going to compete with this.
Oh, I
don't
don't know. I don't know.
That is fucking insane, because for a start, there is...
And also, you were definitely shagging your colleague, you.
Yeah, gotta be to care this much.
Yeah.
To get that fucking riled.
Also, as well, if you set up a Facebook account, pretend to be the dead daughter, like, what did you use as a profile picture?
Well,
Just a picture of the daughter.
Yeah, a picture of the daughter is what I'd go for.
You don't need a picture of the...
That's what I'd do.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the dead baby.
Oh, no, it's not the
It's not
dead
a baby.
baby. It's the dead daughter. The daughter of the boss had a baby, but then she died, but the baby lived.
The daughter was pregnant, so I'm going to assume an adult, not a baby, that was pregnant.
No, I thought all right, okay.
Yeah. It's not.
Sorry,
it's not the
it
one
was
that was
just-
born died.
It was
I
just
think the
read out
reason
so
you're
badly.
confused is that both the guy who read this out and wrote it in are both dyslexic and can't spell.
Yeah.
I also,
Yeah,
I
so-
also had to tidy this up, and as a thick person, that is very difficult.
Yeah.
You had to tidy it up and then still couldn't read your tidying up of it.
Well, I tidied it badly.
How is this person that sure that it was them who sent those anonymous Facebook messages? How sure would you have to be to mock someone for their daughter dying? You've got to be 100% on that. You can't have a hunch and then go, your daughter's dead.
I trust my feelings, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is this a man who wrote this in? I need to know.
This is a
someone
man
that-
who wrote this in.
Oh, well, I believe him.
Yeah.
You've got to have solid proof, and I don't think you do. And I also think that you were shagging your colleague.
100%.
I think you were shagging your colleague, and these people were the only people who knew for sure you were doing it.
Yeah.
And that's why you know it was them who was messaging your wife, because you're like, hang on, there's only 2 people who actually know about that. And it's them, and they can't prove it.
Yeah. But you can prove their daughter's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've
easy.
got a death certificate and everything. Your daughter's dead, and if you don't believe me,
Have a
look
look
in
at-
your drawer.
Have a look in your important documents folder.
Look under your spoons and your knives.
You don't keep it in the cutlery drawer.
You might do.
Yeah.
That's where I'd keep it.
That's where you keep a death certificate for your dead daughter.
It's where I keep stuff.
Every time you're making a cup of tea, you're like, oh, fucking hell.
I'd keep
What?
it in that drawer where you
No,
put all your old
I just
bills and
wouldn't
stuff.
lift everything up and I wouldn't be like, I'm making a cup of tea. Time to read that again. Yes, she's still like, no, I wouldn't do that.
I think I'd have a separate drawer. I think you've got an inefficient drawer system.
Sorry, with your big house.
I've got 2 drawers. Oh, Bobby, 2 drawers over here.
I'm trying to brag, but I've got a fucking whole drawer just for important death documents.
We do have a folder.
I think that this story, if anything, highlights the need for Rob's Place.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, send them over to Rob's place.
Send her over to Rob's
This would
Place.
never happened.
No, would
Yeah.
never have happened.
Oh, cancer. That sounds unfortunate. Send her in.
Right, next one.
Yeah.
Good she become the week. Next one, stealth walk. I went back to a bird's house once when I was 19 and in college. After a few more beers, we did the deed and fell asleep. I awoke about 6 a.m. and did the stealth walk. Halfway down the stairs, I realised I had no money left to get home. As I got to the living room, her gay mate was asleep on the couch, naked, with 15 quid between his legs, not far from his ball bag. Got a taxi and a McDonald's on the way home, thank you.
Wait, what? Who sleeps with money clasped on their legs?
Gays.
With his balls out.
You know what the gays are like? Always shoving notes up each other's legs.
No, he put it in his own legs.
Why?
So that someone would come and grab it and then maybe tickle his balls while they're there.
Maybe it's like one of those fake things,
So-
you know, when they've got like a fishing line with a fiver on. It's just attached to the end of his cock.
Yeah.
So he left,
Yeah.
and then he went, I've got no money.
Yeah,
So
but
he went-
as he was walking past, he was like, "Oh, I've got no money." Handily, this gay man is naked and has money in his ass.
I mean, I don't
I
know.
also think it's really, really, really funny that he felt the need to tell us that this guy was gay, because it adds absolutely nothing to the
Yeah,
story.
it really
whatsoever.
doesn't matter. Does not matter
And
at
he
all.
was gay, which
Yeah.
means he probably wanted me to grab the money from near his balls.
Yeah, and a man probably put that up his ass.
I did him a favour, actually. I brushed his bollocks and he paid me £15 for the privilege.
I don't think that's cunt behaviour, because you'll never know.
I know, when you wake up, you're like, "Where's my 15 quid?"
Yeah.
Okay, so
Where
what
did you last have it? It was right by me bollocks before I went to sleep.
So far in Cunt of the Week, the people competing
Yeah.
are a man who set up a fake profile of a dead girl and
To
messaged
harass
the
the
parents,
parents, yeah.
haunting,
That's it.
and someone who stole £15.
From a gay. So
Those
homophobic.
well, I don't know who it could
Yeah,
be.
it's a toss-up, isn't it? It's a
I
toss-up.
think we need the third one just
Yeah,
to
go on, give us
really
the
make
third one.
sure.
Yeah,
Not that I would ever, justify someone stealing from someone unwittingly, but I think, this is not close so far.
Yeah. All right, well, let's carry on.
Yeah.
And I actually think I'd have probably done the same thing in that situation back then. If I was 19 and knew I had let's say it's 7 miles or whatever.
I'd
not
probably only
walking-
take the tenner. Come on, leave him a
But if
fiver next to his
you're- if
bollocks.
you're-
That's a good point. You don't need the 50 quid. He bought a McDonald's.
Yeah, that's gratuitous at that point. You don't
Yeah,
need
but
the
if you're
Mackies.
19, you live an opportunistic life. Do you know what I mean? Money comes and money goes, and you just have to kind of roll with the
all
punches.
19-year-olds steal off gays. It's just true. It's the fact.
Yeah. If you
That's
don't want to
a
be
country
stolen
song, by
off,
the way.
if you don't want to be stolen off, don't be gay. There you go. There's your lesson.
Keep your pants on, silly gays.
I thought it was
Put that in the
Chinaman for a
trailer.
minute. Oh, keep your pants on, silly gay. God.
Okay, this one's called Brass Discount. My friend Anna trained to be a teacher at uni, and in order to get through, started doing sex work.
It's not worth it to be a teacher. Like, do that if
You
you've got
just
like...
keep doing sex work.
Yeah, it's like less degrading. It's crazy to like want to be a teacher that much. I get it if you're like, you're like, oh, one day I'll be a Nobel Prize winning scientist. I'm going to change the world. I'm going to be a doctor. But not to be a fucking teacher and earn 24 grand a year to get fucking
Primary
paper
school as
clips
well.
flicked at you.
So I knew a girl that worked as a stripper. She was a really smart girl. She worked as a stripper, and what she did is she would do stripping for 2 months, save all of her money, and then she would go, she was wanting to be a marine biologist. And so she'd go to Cyprus and she'd do like vocational work out there. And then she'd wait until the money went dry. And then she'd come back, strip for another 2 months, come back and stuff. And last I heard, she was a marine biologist and like, it all worked for her. So I kind of get that. Do you know what I mean? But this...
If you want to be a teacher, do an open university course on a night when you have a normal job.
Yeah, but also as well, the bursaries for training teachers are dog shit. So you do need like an extra form of income.
Sure, but it's just not worth it. The end goal is not worth it. You know what I mean? It's like you're not getting to a good
It depends
place.
what you mean by worth it, because like I do think like the stigma around sex work is close to being gone, isn't it? Like it's as close to being...
but it still exists.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard, and I think it's like...
I also think there
psychologically
should be a
difficult for people.
little bit of stigma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'll tell you how much stigma. Traffic warden.
Yeah.
That same level.
I
Yeah.
don't think they should be hated.
No, yeah, you shouldn't be booing them in the street.
Yeah.
And I do boo traffic wardens in the street.
I think sex workers are much above traffic wardens already.
But there should be a little tiny bit of stigma.
Sure.
It should be like, you get fucked on camera for money. Do you?
Well,
fair play. Like that shit.
Yeah.
Fair play. Like, if you're a doctor, I'd be like, fucking class that. Well done, mate, for, brilliant. Like, sex work will always be, go, hey, you
fine.
good for you.
Yeah.
That is good enough.
Do you know what I think is the saddest is, and I got nothing against sex workers, go for it, you know what I mean? Fill your boots and your pussies. But I think it's saddest where you see somebody who's like selling her minge on the internet and you look on Instagram and she's got like 400 followers.
Mate,
and it's
Got to
like,
start somewhere, though.
yeah, but it's like,
nah,
oh.
but mate, I've got a Facebook friend who started OnlyFans, and like they've got 6 followers on OnlyFans.
She's got an OnlyFan.
It ain't growing because it's like, this ain't for you. Someone needs to give her a little tap and just be like, people ain't paying for this. You know, that's not how it works.
But they're not the all the mates are saying this is empowering.
Yeah.
And they're like bigging her up and convincing her to do it more, aren't they?
Which is bad, which is why women are bad friends.
When you say it's not for her,
Yeah.
are you saying she's a bit ugly?
I'm saying she's not fit enough for, to be making money
Yeah,
out
but
of
have
it.
you not noticed that there's some really successful OnlyFans girls who actually look like a bit of a truck, but like that's like men
Yeah,
feel like
but-
they can get them.
She's
Like
gonna
horrible men are like,
she's gonna have to be really funny to make it. This girl,
right,
it's not for her. You know, she's a very sweet girl.
and that's the worst thing you can say about someone. Yeah, it's like saying a comic's a really nice lad.
Exactly.
But I think as well, like, if you're an
She's
Only...
great in a green room.
Oh, yeah, she's more of a porn star's porn star. You know, no one wanks over her, but the other porn stars come and watch her work.
She does that
you know.
alternative OnlyFans. You know, it's not really sexy, but it's clever.
Philippe Gaulier trained OnlyFans.
It does it all silently.
Just pulling fucking rope out of a minge. Loads of flags, deck of cards.
But that is the vast majority of people on OnlyFans. You sign up and like 5 people from your work and an uncle sign up and that's it. You know,
Yeah.
like, because, to break through, you've either got to be like really good at the personality stuff or dead fit.
Or like a daughter of a person who's like
a lot of nepotism in
like
it.
yo Nepo babies on OnlyFans. Like Matt Letizier's daughter
Yeah.
is fucking minging.
Yeah.
But
It's one of Freddie's favourite topics of conversation is to bring up how minging Matt Letizier's daughter is.
she's so. Have you seen her?
No.
Oh, Google Alex Letizier. Fuck me. Jeez, she looks like the wardrobe from Beauty and the Beast.
I was expecting worse off your description.
You shagged worse than that.
Yeah. Yes.
Nah.
you
You
are worse than
constantly.
that.
Yeah. You're like, that would be a good result for you.
If you like
Yeah, I
tagged
was
her in an
expecting way
Instagram
worse.
post like my new missus, I'd be
I'd be
like,
like,
fucking
fair
hell.
play.
Oh, look at that
Jesus.
one there. Look at that. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
She's ugly for an OnlyFans person, but she's not ugly for you.
She looks like David from Ibiza Weekender.
What a reference.
But you get it though, didn't you?
No, I don't.
Right, well, she does.
Right, great.
Anyway,
can't
back
help
to, the,
it.
back to this slag who's trying to be a teacher.
I can't help it if you've not watched Ibiza Weekender. What have you been doing with your life?
You're right, yeah.
Have you not watched
What a
Ibiza
prick I feel.
Weekender?
No, what are you talking about?
Oh, it's fucking class.
What is it?
It's people going to Ibiza for the weekend.
Oh, sounds great. Yeah.
It's good.
The
I've
writing
been
good.
to Ibiza. That's one of the things I've done.
Yeah,
I went.
You get to watch people go, and they have like a reception.
Yeah, you get to watch other people having fun, which is way more fun than what I do, which is having fun myself. Like a prick.
Oh God, you're so look.
You're such a fat, miserable, useless cunt. You do nothing, and then you're like, "Oh, why hasn't everyone watched the same TV as me? Why hasn't everyone sat at home being miserable like
I've
me?"
never even heard of it. That's the thing.
I know.
You've never heard of Ibiza Weekend? It's decent. Do you
It's
remember?
not like he's not seen Star Wars, is it?
Do you remember Son, Sex and Suspicious Parents?
I also haven't seen Star Wars, but yes, I do.
That was class.
Yeah.
They need to bring that back.
Yeah, but that's like we were like 12 when it went out, and it was on BBC Three. It was the last thing you were allowed to watch before bedtime. Like,
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
we've all seen that.
Yeah, the king of that genre though was Freaky Eaters. That was my favourite ever.
Freaky Eaters was
No,
great.
Secret Eaters, I mean, sorry. Freaky Eaters was fun. Secret Eaters was even better. That was the one where they tracked a fat cunt for a week to see what they actually ate. So that at the start of the week, they go, nah, they'd fill in a food diary across the week and they go, this is what I ate, I promise. And they'd have like spies on them, following them through drive-thrus and shit and getting the rubbish out of the bins and showing them. What was so funny about that show was it ran for several series. And after series 1, you know what the game is. You know they're going to be following you for a week. Because every week they go, I don't know what it is. I must have a thyroid condition. You know, it must be something genetic. That's I'm eating properly and I'm just getting fatter. And then they're like, you ate 14 cakes. And they're like, oh, fuck, right, fair. But after series 1, if you for 1 week cannot eat like a fat cunt, you've got to make 7 days while the cameras are on you. If you just eat like healthily for that whole week, at the end they'll go, yeah, I guess you must be a genetic freak. And you go, see? And you go back to your 14 cakes.
I don't think they make the TV though. Those ones.
I don't think they've ever happened.
They're not going to go. You know, we're still going to get an episode out.
Yeah, this one's a medical mystery. But it would have mixed it up. It would have been exciting.
Do you know me and Carl were talking about this last week? Do you remember Snog, Marry, Avoid with Ellie Taylor?
Yeah.
Right. You know, if you pitch that now, and Ellie Taylor is like a brilliant comic who's done so much TV now.
Whoa.
She's a comic.
She's a comic.
Ellie Taylor's a brilliant comic who's done loads of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And she's like right on the front when it's like conversations about like women's rights and like women feeling under pressure for music. She used to get like ugly women. She'd get a photo of them and just go around
would you
streets
fuck
and
this
go,
hog?
would you fuck this pig? And to men on the street.
And men go,
right? Yeah, they go, right?
scratch their eyes out.
And then she'd go up to her and go, right, Amy, listen, love, right? We showed you a photo to 30 men and 27 of them were sick and one of them was blind and he said he'd fuck you.
And one man set himself on fire.
Yeah, but then we described him to the blind man.
So that was 2 fire deaths, 1 blind man who said yes and 27 people who threw up. So we're going to give you to this
We're
fella.
going to put you in a crop top.
He's going to sort your clothing out and get you a new hat. And then we're going to go and ask 30 other men to see what they think. And at the end of the episode, they go up to them like, right, in the first one man wants to fuck you, but it's 7 now.
Do you know
That's
what?
progress.
That programme wouldn't be made if it was called Am I Fuckable Yet? And that would be such a better title for the show.
Like, what was the one where it was like 10 years younger, where they do a similar thing, where they just show the photo to strangers in the street and get them to guess how old they were?
How old's that?
So they'd literally sit them down in front of a camera, right? They'd sit in front of a monitor and they'd film the person watching a montage of just people in the street going, oh, I don't know, like fucking 300, like 78. That, I don't know, she's gross. Like, and they'd be crying and then they'd go, right, we're going to give you loads of surgery until you look like a waxwork. And then someone's going to go, I don't know, 48. And we're like, progress.
Do you know the greatest show that I've ever seen, and I won't take anything otherwise, the greatest show is Cilla Black's
Weekend.
Moment of Truth. It was fucking amazing. I've talked about it before. I love it so much.
It was great,
It
that.
was just that thing where it was like, oh, you want a new PlayStation, do you? Well, let's see how many London tube stations your dad can remember.
It was great
that was
watching
fucking
people
class,
let
that
down
one.
their whole family on national TV.
Oh, what's that? What's that? You've never been away before because you can't afford it. Well, hopefully your dad's good at spinning plates.
Do you ever remember Davina McCall's "Don't Try This at Home" or something like that.
Vaguely, yeah.
So it was people with like phobias.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
but they would always be shocked, so they knew what they were signing up for,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And it ran for like 5 or 6 series, but still in series 5, they'd be like, right, this is Louise, and Louise is scared of spiders, aren't you? And Louise would be like, yeah, I'm fucking terrified. I can't even be in the same postcode as a spider. And then they go, well, Louise, tonight you're gonna hold the spider, and she'd be like, no, I can't. I didn't think you were bringing me here for that. Like, you never seen an
watch it before you go on.
The fucking show.
Man, I went to a scare experience the other night. It was Halloween the other night. I love going to. Me and Mrs. always go to those like shit.
Like Farmageddon.
Things. Yeah, well, this one was called Farm of Terror. Right? We went to. It was on a farm outside Oldham, right? And we were like, this is gonna be fucking shit. And it was brilliant shit. Like it was like perfect, exactly what we wanted. But like we paid extra so we could go in the Saw torture room experience. We're like, oh yeah, we'll fucking get in that, right? And like we're waiting outside, and people are like legitimately like screaming the fucking house down from inside it. We're like, all right, this might be quite good. You know, the actors are like roughing people up as they grab them and throw them inside when they come out to get the next people in the queue. We're like, oh, hello, right, fucking hell, this might be a bit intense. We go in, right? And they tie you to the walls with like Velcro. But what always happens in these ones, it makes me laugh so hard, is they're trying to be in character, but none of them are Daniel Day-Lewis, and they always slip at some point. Like one of them's going like, get against the wall, you fucking bitch. Get against the wall, maggot. And then they're like, do you want your glasses on or off? And then like gently take my glasses and put them over there. But they're like blindfold you, and they're like, right, we're going to do all these tortures. And it's like, all of them are super lame. At one point, they were like, they took my blindfold off and they had a rat. And they were like, but it was a really cute pet rat. So it was just like, oh, hello. That's nice.
Also,
and then they showed me a snake. And I was like, cool.
Oh no, he's holding things.
And they go, do you want some rat piss? And flick water in your face. And they go, we're going to electrocute it. It's a little vibrating thing. At the end of it, anyway,
Shoved and vibrate with your ass.
mate, not far off, right? At the end of it, right, we have to play this game, right, where they Velcro your hands into, like, oh, it's so tight you might break your wrists. And it's like, not really sure, is it? You know, you play this fucking game, and at the end of it, like, we failed the game, and what they did as a punishment was they got a dildo covered in blood and slapped us on the face with it. So me and Mrs. both got, like, dick blood rubbed on our face. Like, everyone got that on the way out. So saw people all around the farm with dick blood on their face. My missus just really calmly went, do you do this to children? And the guy was a bit flushed and went, we do it to everyone. And she went, you shouldn't. And it was so funny because he's trying to be in a scary character, and she's just like, you should not rub penises on children's faces.
The guy should have been like, how do you think we got the blood?
We got this one out of the bin at Zoe's place.
Hit the soundboard.
Somebody's poison the hospice babies.
I played that one before, but I don't think you heard it. So sorry to everyone who's heard it twice. Should we get back to Cut of the Week?
Should we?
Yeah, let's finish this off. Let's finish it off.
So this teacher, we're not even at the end of the first sentence. This woman, she's doing sex work. She started with webcamming and moved to escorting. Then stopped when she got her first job in a primary school. Shortly after, she got knocked up by a fella who proceeded to pull a Rob's dad and disappeared.
Oh, I didn't know that was a verb now. I didn't know that was a thing you could do. Fair enough. Cool, right, yeah.
Yeah.
To pull a Rob's dad.
It's also to Mulholland it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to be confused with to pull a Rob's mum.
Yeah.
Which is where your tit gets diseased and falls off.
Okay, I don't think we can put that on a public episode yet, but nephew still don't know, I don't think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell him.
All right.
Rob's nephews. Your mum's got tit cancer. Your auntie's got tit cancer.
Grandma.
Grandma.
Yeah.
Rob's nephews. Stop listening.
Yeah. Okay.
Cut. Edit.
Back in.
My
Go.
mum's getting a tit cut off, Adam, if in case you were wondering. She's going to be fine. Just for a laugh.
Just one.
Yeah, she just doesn't like it. She's got really into asymmetry.
Is she just getting one off?
Yeah.
Is that one like diseased?
Yeah.
And the other one's fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just get both of them.
I
wouldn't you?
feel the same. Like, while we're there, you know, let's get that other
But
ticking
then
time
again,
bomb off.
if I got bollock cancer, I'd only get one bollock off.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, but bollocks are smaller than tits.
You haven't seen my bollocks.
I also feel like...
I've seen her tits.
Hang on, we can't talk about Rob's
She's
tits.
going to be walking
Well, we
around
might
in
be able to. I'll
circles.
text you and let you know if we can. Like, I think we probably can by this point anyway, to be
Okay.
fair. But no, I think bollocks are less volatile with cancer than tits. It feels like old women's tits are always exploding with cancer, and bollocks is like, you know, prostates are more the issue with men, I think.
I'm so worried about prostate cancer because my prostate took some fucking pounding. Do you know what I mean?
What?
Not by bumming, but like poo.
All right, yeah. It sounds like it's like
It sounds like you get regularly pegged.
Yeah, but
It's like you go to the
don't.
doctors and go, like, oh, I'm sorry, I've done a lot of damage to my anus. Not in a gay way. I'm just worried that my prostate's fucked because I keep battering it with large objects.
Well, I mean, the
Also not
worst
gay
thing
to get pegged.
the worst thing for it would probably be a 450-kilometre bike ride across rubble in India, but good luck.
Also, on that, it's not gay to get pegged. It's the gayest straight thing you can do.
No, I'm not having that.
It's the gayest straight sex
no,
act.
no, the gayest straight sex act is to suck the fake dick
What?
before you're being pegged.
I hadn't even considered that
Sorry.
as an option.
You think there's men out there who are sucking a strap on before it goes up their ass?
No. I'm just saying that's gayer.
It-
If you chose to do it, that's gayer. Because at least
Yeah,
with
yeah,
it
but
being pegged.
for it to be in the conversation, it has to be something that people are doing.
Yeah, he's a straight sex act.
Ah,
I think
right.
you're just doing a gay thing with a plastic cock at that point. Yeah.
Okay, because I think that's gayer than being pegged.
Right, yeah, but you're not a great marker, seeing as you're massively gay. You know, you're not a great waypost, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, massive and gay. 'Cause
It
it's
is the
fact.
gayest straight thing you can do.
Yeah, thank you. There you go. But it's still straight, fine, fair enough. But it's also very funny that Prince William does it, isn't it?
We've had this conversation before, and I said it wasn't as gay as blowing on soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the gayest thing you can do, isn't it?
You have to blow on soup, otherwise it burns your tongue.
But it does,
Yeah,
you
gay.
fucking
Gay.
homo.
Right, carry on with this.
Carry on. So she's doing sex work.
Yeah.
A fella's left her with a kid. So in order to make ends meet, Anna started sex work again at the weekends.
Best time to do it.
She would charge £250, but would regularly get people asking for a discount.
That's crazy to haggle with a hooker. Like, you pay the price, innit?
Surely a loyalty card scheme would be more effective.
What, you get the 6-3?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can fuck it. There's certain things you can't haggle on, like, you know, and like I think that's one of them. Like, I think you just pay the price you're told.
Yeah, that's just it, innit? One day, an older fella called Philip turns up, enters the hotel room, and offers her £60, take it or leave it. She tells him to get out for time wasting. He kicks off to the point security have to escort him out of the hotel, which she is now also banned from. On the following Monday, she's back working in the school. At the end of the day, she makes eye contact with a familiar face in the playground as he's picking up his 3 kids. It's Philip! It's not an hour after she got home, she gets a meeting email sent from the headmistress asking to speak with her at 7 a.m. the next day. In the meeting, the headmistress tells her she's had a report, she's doing sex work, and shows photos from her adverts that she's fired, even though Anna argues that it isn't illegal.
But it is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's illegal, but it's definitely like gross misconduct for a primary school teacher, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like, you
conflict
know-
of interest.
Yeah.
No,
like,
it's not conflict of interest.
Not a conflict of
It's not
interest.
conflict of interest.
Do you know what that
fucking
phrase
moron.
means?
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, it's a
Things
con-
that you're interested
Oh
in.
no, you can't work at this school whilst you're also fucking the kids. What do you mean?
Well, maybe she was.
She's not fucking the kids.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. That's the only way to be a conflict of interest.
No, it's bringing the school into disrepute, isn't it?
Yeah, like, you know,
when
just-
I got sacked from a school once for teacher training because they found my comedy account and they
They were like, we're not having anyone this unfunny teach our kids.
no.
Spell.
They found a picture of me with a sieve. You remember when Roger Swift had that sieve and the dildo?
Yeah, exterminate.
Yeah. I had a picture of that on my head. And they literally, the headmistress wheeled that over to us. It was a picture of me with a dildo on my head. And I was like, yeah. What are you going to do? She was like, sack you. And I was like, oh, okay.
But yeah, there was a thing. There was like a spate of news stories about this. I read like a year ago. Was people like, you know, doing the compo face in the paper, going, "I got sacked from my job because I've got an OnlyFans." Like, yeah, yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, you kind of got to choose between.
But
It's not
that's the last bit.
surprise.
That's the bit of stigma that has to go, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but also like you get it from an employer's point of view, especially at a fucking school.
No, but not if you work in a call centre, you should be able to have an OnlyFans.
Yeah,
If
sure. It depends what level you are.
If you're an accountant, you should be able to have an OnlyFans. But if you're doing a role where the integrity of you as a person could bring the business into disrepute, like a school, then unfortunately you can't have one. If you're a police person, you can't have an OnlyFans.
but isn't that the problem? Isn't it like the argument from sex workers would be, why does that bring my integrity into question?
Because I can see you minge.
Yeah, but like, why does that bring my integrity
you're
into
teaching
question? Why does that
children.
make me a worse teacher?
Because
What if the best teacher of all time has an OnlyFans and they're led leagues ahead of everyone else? In
Not
the school?
How
possible.
can you be that good at teaching?
I'm like, but to get the answer, you have to take it to the
How
extreme.
big are her tits?
Fucking tiny.
Not,
the point,
it's not possible. In order for you to be that good at teaching,
You need big tits.
You need big tits.
Need to keep their attention.
Exactly. Otherwise, how are you going to get the kids to?
But
My
also-
maths teacher, Mr. Taylor, was the best teacher I've ever had.
Massive
If he was
tits.
getting his dick out on the internet, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, but you'd get
No,
so
you
much shit
wouldn't.
from
You'd
the
not-
kids.
yeah.
It'd completely distract every single lesson. If all the kids are talking about is I've seen her minge or I've seen his dick.
Yeah,
So
no,
I don't think there should be any stigma on like sex workers. I think it's a perfectly legitimate thing to do. More power to you, all that. But I also think it's kind of fair if you're employing someone to going, hey, could you not get your fanny out on the internet at the weekends? I think that's fair. I think I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Prime Minister. Right, so Kamala Harris, if she gets nominated
For Prime Minister.
for President of America.
Yep.
Right? Let's say she had an OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
Should that in any way compromise her ability to do the job?
I actually think no.
I think it would probably hurt her in international negotiations.
Insane.
But
If she's trying to
don't think
negotiate
it
a
should.
ceasefire with Putin and he's like, I seen your pussy on internet.
Yeah.
It's not going to help you.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Also, female politicians are rarely fit, so what's the point?
Kamala's a bit fit though.
A little bit.
For
She's
a politician.
She's no AOC. You know?
No.
Yeah.
She will be president one day. I think I genuinely think she should be allowed to do it.
That's mental.
I don't think it's like I understand the little bit of stigma, and I actually meant that before. I think it will always be, hey, you want to get your box out on the internet, fair play.
Yeah.
Like there'll always be a little bit of like,
Yeah,
but I
don't
think officially it should be the same.
I don't think it actually matters, and if I was the employer, I wouldn't care. But I think it's also fine that they do care. You know what I mean? It's I don't think it in any way affects her ability to be a teacher, and I don't think it should. But I also see why people would freak out about it, and it's not a thing that it's a perfectly reasonable subclause to stick in a contract. Don't get your minge out.
Trump
I
has
think.
been done for sexual assault.
Yeah,
I
Well,
think
I was
that's
just
much
talking about
worse.
a primary school teacher. I was back onto that rather than
Anyway, back to it. So
I think it probably means she'd lost the election though if she got a gash out now, or maybe help.
we just don't know.
If it was like the best pussy, I think that's a vote winner.
I think
Can't be any worse than Tony Hinchcliffe.
we spoke about him today on Have a Word. I
Yeah.
think it's so funny.
It is. It's it's got really funny. At first I was just like, fuck that guy. What a fucking stupid thing to do. What a fucking knobhead. And now I'm like,
But I'm always team comic. Always.
Yes.
Like as a default, right? When I first seen it, I seen the clip before I seen any of the reaction. The first thing I seen was the clip. And when I seen the clip at first, I was like, oh, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
And then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Like, as much as I think Trump is a fucking psychopath, he's civilly being held liable for
being a paedophile.
for being all sorts of disgusting shit that should mean he isn't running for president. The fact is, he is running for president.
Yeah.
And if you are the Republican Party's nominee for president, then people in America have every right to go, that's my guy.
Sure.
And that's not on...
But when you're a comedian and you turn up at a political rally, you lose the comedian benefit. You're at a political rally then.
no, I don't
You're
know.
at a rally.
There
You're
are
at a
some-
rally.
there's-
You've turned up at a fucking
No.
political rally.
There's-
You're not going... You can't go, oh, this is a comedy show. You're
No,
at a political rally.
There's some
You're not...
people-
It's not a joke anymore.
There's some people who are so...
I think I disagree and agree with both of you.
There are some people who are so synonymous with being a comedian that the context of where they are will not be overridden by the fact that they're a comic. So, for example...
but no one knew who Tony Hinchcliffe was.
Well, this is it. But, for example, if Dave
that's not
Chappelle
true.
did it, Dave Chappelle is a comic regardless of where he is. Regardless of where he is a comic. Same
Not
as...
hot water.
But...
Fucking shit.
But Tony Hinchcliffe, when he does it, his aura isn't the same. And so he gets
I totally
overridden.
disagree. He's just sold out Madison Square Garden with his podcast twice.
Totally.
And if you're capable of doing that, then you're famous enough that you're a comedian.
But he's internet famous, so it's like to a very specific group of people, then everyone else has no idea who he was.
Well,
I don't think that even matters, to be honest
That's not
with you.
his responsibility.
No, and I don't
for
think that
other people
matters.
to know what
His
he does.
responsibility is signing up to endorse a political candidate by speaking at their rally. It's a very different
But
thing.
depending on how many tickets you sell, doesn't depend on your aura of how people perceive you as a comic. For example,
people's perception of him is not his responsibility.
if Joe Rogan rocked up at the fucking rally, it would be the same as Tony Hinchcliffe because he doesn't have that same pure comic essence that somebody like Chappelle has. Now, I know that his aura isn't his responsibility. However, it doesn't mean that he shouldn't still be aware of it. He should still be aware of the fact that he can't override the fact that he's at a rally in the same way somebody like Chappelle would be able to.
Well, I think he can, and I think it is the same. But I disagree with you on one thing, which is that it doesn't matter where he is. I think the fact that he's at a rally and and you got to understand before I say this, I think it would be the exact same if it was Chappelle. So let's just pretend it is Chappelle for a second, right? He is at a rally or whatever you want to call it, right? A political event.
It literally was a rally.
Yeah, he's at a rally, and it does change the context of what he's doing. And it does mean that the reaction to it is allowed to be what it is now without comics being like, people are being ridiculous. If he'd made that joke at a comedy club, which he
100%.
has, by the way, and Rogan,
And I'd
he's done
defend him
that at the
forever.
mothership, and Rogan has said to him, I hate that joke and it's going to get you stabbed.
Yeah.
You're going to get beaten up because it's a shit joke. It doesn't even really make sense. Puerto Rico is a paradise a lot of the time. Like, it's fucking stupid. He's done it a few times, and even Rogan's gone, it's a shit bit. I seen Schultz talking to Charlemagne about it. He was like, it's a shit bit that doesn't make sense. However, if he'd done it at a comedy club, your team comic he is in a comedy club, it's his playground, he's got every right to make that joke. You can say it's a racist joke, you can say it's an offensive joke, and it might be all of those things, but it is, as Patrice O'Neill says, it has come from the same place that every other joke has come from, which is with the intent to make people laugh.
100%.
Tony Hinchcliffe is, as a genre, a roast shock comic, like to the nth degree. Literally, he will say the worst possible stuff because that is the fan base he's got. However, he's done it at a political event. But there's a few things here. First of all, he was booked for it. His jokes were ran past the campaign. And
Yeah, it was Trump's campaign. No one's that smart checking it, is it?
totally. And the person who fucking ran by it has been sacked because Donald Trump is now doing like damage control going, I didn't know him. I think he's terrible. I've never heard of him. I didn't book him. Like, he's completely washed his hands of
Thrown him
Hinchcliffe.
completely under the bus. It's like, this is why I'm now backed around to not feeling like, any shade towards Hinchcliffe. I was sort of like a bit like, oh, fucking hell, what are you doing, man? It was like a bit like, ugh, sort of how I felt about it. Completely back now because he's getting more than he just deserves. He's going to go down in history for losing this election for Trump, and it's so funny.
But I agree with. I think we're actually saying the same thing. Is that the context of where you are matters immensely.
Which is why his
And
defence of all people are taking this out of context. The context was a political rally.
And what I mean is
That's
that there's only a few people in the world, and I've used Chappelle as an example, that I think their aura as a comic can override the context of where they're doing it. I think Chappelle is a comic wherever you see him. I think he's a.
No, I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think the context, even if Chappelle had done it, and Chappelle has given speeches other places where he's been very deliberately seriously, and he's not a comic anymore because the context has changed. But the reason I think I sort of disagree with both of you a little bit is Tony Hinchcliffe, and I think he's massively misjudged this by taking the gig in the first place, and by the way he played it. But in his head, and the way he played it was, I am a comic.
Yeah, totally.
Doing warm up for a rally.
Yes,
and look, I've met Tony once at a comedy club in New York. He's very polite and nice to me, and he was sound. And he went on right after me. He was nice about me. He was a nice person, and he was a good lad to me. Right? I don't know him, and I would, but based on what I now know of him, that he's obviously a Trump supporter and willing to take that gig and whatever. We probably disagree on 90% of things when it comes to societal stuff, political stuff, policy, like, or whatever you want to talk about. We probably have a lot of disagreements. However, the credit he has to be given is he is a comedian. In his head, that is all he is.
Yeah.
And that is what he was booked to do. And it is no different to him in his head, I think, than us taking a corporate gig. And you go, oh, well, you're a comedian, but you were doing the insurance tonight. You are a promoted guy for insurance things.
Yeah,
like, I understand the politics
I think he
makes
might think that, but I think it's fucking wrong for him to think that. I think he's incorrect. I just think, for me, I really hate the bastardization of what we do. Whereas I think it's like saying horrible things is fun and it's meant with love, and we're meant to be going, oh, we don't actually think this. When you're doing when you're doing anti-immigrant jokes in a room full of people who are there to celebrate the fact that they all have the same anti-immigrant beliefs, it's a fucking different context, and I don't like it. It grosses me out. It just makes me feel like ugh, because I think you're.
And I have the same feeling.
Yeah.
But I think the conversation about comedy and the conversation about sort of when it's acceptable to joke and what it's acceptable to joke about in the context, and I think everything means that you have to sort of hold most stuff to the same standard. And I understand the fact that it was at a rally, and I think because Trump is so divisive, and because his policies and because his rhetoric is so awful, and he's so awful, and we all hate him,
Yeah, I also hate seeing Nish Kumar on fucking Question Time, though. I want to keep comedians out of politics. I think once you're making serious points, you're not doing what we're doing. It's a different thing. You're there to cape up for your actual fucking beliefs, and that's when I'm like, ugh. Like I say, like I don't think there is a single fucking topic on earth we shouldn't be joking about. I think that's fucking brilliant, and I love it. Obviously, the more fucked up, the better for me. Like but when you were stood on stage at a political rally, you are doing a different thing, and I don't think Tony Hinchcliffe's a terrible fucking person. I think he's fucked up. He's made a mistake, and he will be fine. Like this will all shake out. But I think you've got to understand that context when you're going up there, that it's his mistake and he's got to fucking own it.
What I will say as well is I think it's wild that he was booked to do it, considering, like, if that had gone really incredibly well, it wouldn't have made any difference to anything. Whereas it went incredibly wrong and it's been catastrophic.
You see how
like,
much
when
Rogan
you consider the risk-reward, it seems mad that he was allowed to do it.
Unless Trump wins, and then we're all going to look really stupid.
Yeah, exactly. This is probably coming out after.
Let's start off with a light one. We won't watch all these, but we'll watch this one.
Video shows 36-year-old Clewan Williams standing in the door jamb
Pause
of the
it, just
driver's
pause
side.
That's a black guy's name, isn't it?
Well, yes.
Clewan Williams.
There's no if a Caucasian man walks out now, I will fucking shit myself.
Do you know what? I'll apologize. If a Caucasian guy comes out, I'm donating 25 quid to Zoe's place.
I'm Caucasian Clewan.
I'll donate 25 quid to Zoe's place and apology.
So
You
the
have a brand new bin.
And that'll get us right over the line.
They were holding out for that 25 quid.
Do you know what won the day? Racism. That's what won out.
The headline of this says, Dad hurt teaching 9-year-old how to drive.
Right.
The car. The vehicle begins to reverse. He's knocked to the ground and run over.
It is heartbreaking to see because as a parent, you see that happen and you think about how it can be prevented.
Yeah, you don't let your kid drive. What do you mean how it can be prevented?
You want to make sure that you're putting them in the best possible position to be okay.
His 9-year-old son behind the wheel, another child in the back seat, and other children standing around the car.
Hold on, can you just pause there?
Another child in the back seat.
Like, you do it alone, at least. If you're
Why
letting
did
the
he
kid
jump
drive,
out
you
the
don't
car
have
as well?
passengers.
Well, they're taking turns.
Did he jump out the car?
I think
The
he was
guy
just
getting
next to the
reversed.
car.
He was sort of stood in it, and it's reversing with the door open, so he's like trapped with it. So it's like as it's reversing.
Shows it again.
Shows it
Rewind
again.
it.
The door drags
think
him
it
back,
shows it,
basically. You can see, look, like he stood at the side, and he gets dragged by the door. Look. And then slammed against the. Luckily, he drops out for it, slams against the pole.
Clewan Williams, what are you doing, mate?
Behind the wheel, another child in the back seat, and other children standing around the car. Thankfully, none of the kids were hurt. According to this court document, Williams was intoxicated and attempted to teach his 9-year-old son how to drive.
Look, I'm pissed. I can't drive, so I'm going to be a responsible dad. You're getting his own kid.
Police say he told his son to press down on the pedal, and not knowing which one, the son pressed down on the gas pedal, causing the car to travel backwards and hit a pole across the street.
You don't want to put them in a position that they are not ready for or mature enough to realize. And that's why you have driving schools for older children in high schools and other programs through the state of Ohio and others.
I love what they've sent this guy out to calmly explain that it's bad to let your child drive.
While pissed.
While pissed. Yeah, don't get pissed and let your kid drive. And there's someone at home going, interesting.
Right.
Coke only then, is it?
There we go.
What
Right,
else
that,
you
that,
got?
that was a very tame one.
That was a very tame one to start off
Very
with.
tame one. So
Let's
it'll
go
be
to-
fine. That'll be fine.
They'd be fine. They'd all
Fine,
tame.
yeah.
Especially this one.
Bit of skateboarding. Oh, no. The sound being out of sync with that is probably helpful. Oh my god. Oh, he lands on his lower back really bad. He's been a pussy there and bailed out, hasn't he? He's just not committed. He's not committed. He's got to commit.
I mean, he's fallen off a roof.
Yeah, no, but he should have he's committed. He's
Should've
jumped off.
flipped it.
He's jumped off his board too early, hasn't he? He hasn't
Oh, I think he
committed.
trips. I think he trips. Look.
Yeah, his board just stops under him, doesn't it?
No, he's shit out there.
Yeah, I think he has as well.
He's trying to get onto that next.
I think he's trying to bail out and like have another run at it, but like he's too late.
That's what you get for being a pussy.
That's what you get for being a pussy. Yeah.
Okay, we won't watch the other ones. We'll watch this one. This is quite long. It's been all over the internet, this one.
this
We've got
one's
this
been a
loads of
classic.
time.
don't blow that
The guy with fireworks.
Yeah, just having a bit of
Just in the
fun.
middle of the street. Holding his hands.
Oh, this is a different angle to the one I've seen.
Yeah, I think it is. There's a
Oh,
couple
I've
of
seen
angles.
the guy in black's camera is what I've seen.
There's a couple of angles.
Oh, right, nice. This goes quite badly, yeah.
Oh my god.
No! Bro, you good?
Oh,
No, he's not
shit.
good.
He's got no fingers left.
Oh, yeah, his hand's gone.
Oh! Oh! My God!
It's like a meatball marinara.
Wow.
That hand is so fucked.
Both hands.
What, is that a bit of a finger pointing down? Is that his thumb?
Trying to let everyone know you're all right.
Both
He's
hands are
never going to be able to call a cab again, is he?
His baseball days are over, I think.
Oh no, he's got a new mitt. Obviously both hands are bad, but one's clearly worse than the other.
Yeah, I think
One of them's basically gone.
Yeah.
That is fucking rough, that.
Yeah, she was the best.
Yeah.
Quite funny that he's going to dodge.
Bro, call the fucking 911 right now. Hurry up before he bleed out. Hurry
can't
up,
call
call
911.
911.
I
Call
know.
911.
You can't unlock his phone.
Hey, sit down.
He's got
Sit down,
facial
bro.
recognition.
Sit down. Sit the fuck down, homie.
Oh, my God.
Bro, sit down, homie. Please sit down, bro. Bro.
You guys come on Figueroa Street.
Yeah, that's him.
Fucking
that was brutal.
mental.
I think we should probably show Adam a classic.
All right, okay. Have you got a particular one in mind?
I'm thinking Circular Saw.
I think circular saw would be good as well.
No, I just don't like the sound of that.
Oh, no, it's all right, actually. It's not actually a circular saw. It's actually more of an oscillating multi-tool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
if
wouldn't
that's what you're
worry.
worried about.
If that's what you were concerned about. No?
God.
Was it
What
not
do you think it is?
What do you think happens in the circular
Just
saw video?
fucking play it, you scumbag cunt.
No, actually, well, right. By not wanting to see this, you're actually being quite transphobic.
Reality.
No.
Adam, pause it there, Tom. Come on,
pause it.
like,
Come on, Adam.
Adam. Come on.
Come on,
Adam.
Adam.
Come on, play the game. Come on, Adam. Adam, come on, for the content.
Oh, no, this is my worst nightmare. No!
Pause again, Tom.
You literally can't leave it.
Yeah, this is. We got to watch this before we go. Pause it. Just let
It'll
him
be
have
the quicker you look, the
the
quicker it'll be over.
the quicker it'll be over. Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
See, that wasn't that bad.
Bad thing for Adam is he can't even look away.
It's gone now anyway.
It's gone now. It's gone. There we go. Do you want to keep playing it so you can see the bit where he throws it in Tupperware? They throw it in Tupperware. Sorry.
I think we're going to see it again to see just so he
There you
throws
go.
it away.
There you go. That's it off. And then here we go. Little it's so calm, isn't it? That's what's always amazing.
look at
There
that.
you go. Look at that. Look at that.
Puts in some Tupperware.
There we go. Just a bit some Tupperware.
Oh, there
there
it
it
is.
is. There it is. Maybe pause it on it so we can see. There you go. Right, Adam, have you got anything you want to plug, mate? Do you want to let
Dang, Sabbit, my girlfriend stole all my money.
Oh, fuck me.
That was worth all the Tony Hinchcliffe shit.
Are there any others that we've not done?
No, I think we've done them all,
I
no.
think we can let Adam play.
I don't know if you'd heard this one properly.
Zoe's place is in trouble. Saddle up, partners.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, we had that one earlier, I think.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
But yeah, Adam, do you want to plug anything?
Can't just, there's fucking dicks everywhere.
Yeah, but they're not attached.
It's like working at hot water.
Yeah, right. Do you want to plug anything, Adam? Just look straight down that camera if you want.
I've got a new
No,
stand-up
Adam, look straight down the camera.
I've got a new stand-up special out. This is going out next week.
Yeah.
I've got a new stand-up special out. It's on YouTube, youtube.com/haveawordpod. It's called What's Wrong With Me. It's the show I was touring most recently. We spent £60,000 filming it.
Yeah.
And
Is it as good as this video?
That's an investment in me. Now that Netflix don't want it. We had offers from like other streaming
Yeah,
platforms.
but most
where
of them are shit. innit?
Next up.
No, like places that would have given us a decent bit of money for it.
Oh,
Yeah, but
okay.
then no one sees it. is the
Yeah, I'm not
problem.
paying.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not taking money for.
You're
people
much
to
better
not
being
see
on
it.
YouTube with it, man, and like having it bang.
It will actually get more views on YouTube than
Definitely.
it would on Netflix.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
There's no paywall, and 12 p.m. on Friday. The episode will already be out, but I'm really proud of the hour of stand up, but the job that Will Hutchby and Martin Ellis and the rest of the team he put together for it have done on the edit, it just looks and sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it is, it's better than 90% of the stuff, like production wise, that Netflix put out. Like I still think, the absolute bar and barometer for how a special looks and sounds is everything John Mulaney does.
Yeah.
Like, he just, like, Kid Gorgeous, I think, is probably the best shot special ever. Like, in terms of what it looks like. There's one shot in it that I don't really like. But the rest, it's just spectacular. And the job they've done on it is absolutely absurd, and I can't wait for it to go out, and I just want as many people as possible to see it.
Go and watch Adam's special. It is absolutely incredible, and I can say that because I've not seen any of it.
I watched the show and it's all right. No, it's really good. Go and watch it. I'm only doing a little joke. Just doing a little bit of fun.
If you enjoy it, like, obviously put it on your Instagram stories and stuff, but the best way to spread the word of something like this is get the YouTube link and put it in, like, the WhatsApp group you're in. So if you're in a work WhatsApp group, just put it in and be like, hey, I've just seen this, lads. I think you all like him. That's how you spread stuff like this, and let's do some views.
Let's do that, and let's hope those babies have a lovely place to die.
If you want to send in a video to Cunt of the Week, the number's 07534.
You don't say a video to Cunt of the Week.
I say 07354 188 257. Send us the worst video on your phone. Send it via WhatsApp only. No animals, no racism, no death, no kids.
Yeah, no kids. Unless you get all four in one video, that's a full house.
And also sign up to our Patreon, patreon.com.
No animals, no.
Well, no animal shagging it is. There's a lot of sub-clauses to these rules. You can't show animal sex otherwise, because it's like as bad as having pedo videos, legally speaking, which we're gutted about. I would love to watch like animal shagging videos. They're so funny, but we're not allowed.
Do you remember when we saw that guy shagging a dead rat?
Yeah, that was the one that we told Garrett Millerick around about that, and he actually knows about the law, and he's like, no, you could really seriously go to jail. And we were like, oh.
Could you show a video of two rats shagging, or is it just human shagging animals?
I think bestiality has to involve a human.
Okay.
So rat shagging, fine, but it's just not that
I think
funny.
You should just be clear with your viewers, you know. If you've
we've gone through these rules in great detail over time, Adam. You're coming in late to these rules.
What about like a monkey fucking a pig, like two different animals?
Great, very funny. Send it in. Yeah.
If you
as long as there's no human dick in an animal, we're good.
If you want to get
just
involved,
what about a man fingering?
It counts as bestiality, I'm afraid.
If you want to get involved in the Patreon, it is patreon.com/
Can't even like do oral stuff.
Fucking shut up. Patreon.com / dead men.
At what point does it become a blowjob? Can you kiss a penis?
I don't think you can kiss it. I don't think you can even
blow a kiss at
I don't
a
think you can even look at it seductively.
Can you wink at a cock?
You can't wink at an animal's cock. No.
£3 a month.
It can wink at you.
Well, then I can be nowhere near an animal.
You get a week's free trial.
Get this pervert out the petting zoo.
A week's free trial, £3 a month. You get an extra episode every single week. Patreon.com / dead men talk pod.
Yeah, send us your videos of you bumming animals.
And also Taskmaster tickets.
Taskmaster tickets are on sale.
On the 15th of November for patrons first. And then if there's any left, you can have them, but there won't be. And that's on the 23rd of January in Manchester. We're doing Taskmaster again.
Yeah, we're doing more Taskmasters because we didn't get in enough trouble the last time.
Changing the name, Brandon?
Nope. Taskmaster.
Oh no, it's I've been petitioning for a while that we call it Taskmaster 2 Go Fuck Yourselves Avalon.
I want to call it Avalon Presents Taskmaster 2.
Done.
But yeah, sign us to the Patreon, get tickets for that.
How much for you, just for the recording, to change your name legally to Greg Davis?
I'll just do that for free. That just sounds fun.
It only costs about 15 quid to change your name as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to change my name to Zoe's Place. And I'm soon to be in for quite the windfall. I'm going to turn up at Home Bargains like, hello, I've come for my £2.5 million, please.
Just with a bucket of dead babies.
It's for these guys.
Look how uncomfortable they are in this bucket.
£2.5 million will buy many bigger buckets.
You've just been to KFB.
Are these dead babies covered in gravy?
I'm done.
Bye.
Bye, go fuck yourselves.